Hey, Miss Rod. Hey, Miss Rod. Hey, Miss Rod. Hello, 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 everyone. I am back in business. I am back in business. Now, before we start, you guys are going to have to feel the vibe. Feel the vibe, baby. Hey, Ciara, good morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be back. All right, we're going to get straight to the show. We're going to get straight to the show. Let's see what they're discussing.
My name is Rebecca. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up.
And don't forget, this video comes from Viva TV. Viva TV, make sure you check her out. Check her out. We may agree to disagree, but I still like her channel.
And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And as you can see by the title, I just want to go ahead and get right into this video and see what the conversation entails.
We wouldn't have had that message or even the resources in having a family law attorney for somebody to be able to reach out to. And I think that infrastructure, that developing foundation is exciting to a lot of people, but it's also scary to some because that's power.
You don't have to answer that question. I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth.
Hi, my name is Tami, and I would like to give you a few reasons why you should consider dating a young Asian lady. You can
out to Kevin Samuels in the house. How are you doing, KS? I'm well, man. It's been a very busy weekend, and but I was shout out to the chat. I actually wanted to be able to grab a minute on this topic because I didn't know what you were talking about. I didn't know she had written a response. Yeah, she came at us, and none of it made sense to me. I thought when she was on there, when I talked to her initially, I thought our conversation went excellent. Now, again, and this is something that you pointed out, the chat was reacting differently, but that's because the chat had knowledge that I didn't know because I'm new to the space, right? But because I didn't know any of that backstory stuff, like I was giving, I was some of the stuff that she was saying, not all of it I thought was correct. But I wasn't calling her out like you were saying. I was being super diplomatic, super neutral.
Okay, so the she that and the person who wrote a response, this is still talking about the situation that occurred with April Mason, when she was on his show, on his platform. So it looks like this is still kind of like in response to that situation, just in case you guys were wondering what
Hey, thank you. Hey, my
in a
rider
conversation
guys.
with her that I would have with anybody else, right? And in fact, before that, my initial topic of covering this, I called her an expert on Black women. She's an expert. If she has been feeding herself for 10 years talking to Black women, how can she not know about Black women, right? And so, I was being super cordial and everything. And then she came on. We had a great conversation. And then after that, you came on and you and I talked about it. Neither one of us called her out her name. Neither one of us would call her any crazy epithets. Maybe we had some disagreements about what she was saying, but that's anybody. If we were talking about what a man says, we would have some disagreements. But the way we were super super respectful, and the way she took that was amazing. I mean, just totally left. Well, there are a couple of schools of thought, and let me put on my marketing hat. For somebody who has a book dropping on the 31st, this is part and parcel for the business. I mean, look at the 50 Cent. Anytime he has a project coming out, he tends to find a beef. He tends to find somebody and that's what you have to do: find it, because it wasn't there. That wasn't even a straw man. That was an invisible man argument. We sat down and talked about her points, and the level of disingenuousness and the need to reach was just like, wow. But hey, kudos. I mean, if that was her plan, if that was her thought process, to controversy, sales, attention, such and so forth, because none of it made sense. I mean, clout chasing. My channel is bigger than hers. And Jesus Christ, like your channel, that's what I was saying. Like the audacity for her to say clout chasing and put you in that same sentence, right? It makes put you in the same post. It makes no sense at all. Well, but the fact, I was, people find a reason to put my name and stuff because it makes algorithms move at this point. So it's smart. But I want to get to where the men are coming from on this, and
that's like a hard reach, to say that TLA and Kevin Samuels were clout chasing off of her name. I think that was a little bit of a reach for sure. If we're gonna be honest, okay, that's more than a reach. That's like a pull.
No.
But he did just say a different argument. He did just say that it seems like maybe it was a marketing strategy.
I don't think so, because their whole channel is about women. So the point of you even addressing this woman proves that it is for clout for both people. It's for clout for both people, not just one or the other. Because y'all channel talk about women. She's a woman. But she really don't talk about men. We're gonna get to her. We're gonna get to her latest video. We're gonna get to her. We're gonna get to her. But to say that, no, it's clout both ways. It's clout both ways, baby.
For her new book. I would hope that would not be the case, especially for two people who, advocate so strongly, like within our community about relationships and stuff like that, that it would be that kind of scenario. But I mean, like he just said, this is like speculation that he's speculating that that could be possible, but hopefully not. I would like to hope for the best.
This is one of the things as content creators, especially being a newer content creator. I think one of the reasons black men respond in some of the ways we do is because there. It's been a long time since black men have had anybody to advocate for them.
Correct.
And the fear is always that you're gonna sell out. You're gonna sell out. Something's gonna happen. The other shoe's gonna drop.
Why does a man need another man to advocate for them? These are men we're talking about. Why does a man need another man to advocate for them? Let's go.
Gonna get the bag. Yes. And the fear is all you need is enough money, the right deal, or the right woman, and you'll change up everything.
And that's a very amazing point. That's an amazing point that Kevin just made. Because our men have been out here just in the wild on their own, literally
no, they
fending for
haven't.
themselves,
No, they
having
haven't.
opinions that nobody cared about, nobody
That's
even
not
cared
true.
to ask,
No,
nobody
it's
even
not
cared
true.
to acknowledge.
It's not true.
I can definitely understand.
I could definitely
that
not
mindset
understand.
of like, well, how long this gonna last? How long this fad gonna last? Because nobody was doing this before. So how come everybody? I can understand the speculation, and a lot of people have proven to prove that to be true. So I completely.
The only way you can prove that to be true if you've seen the experience yourself, not by what statistics say, not by what anybody say. For you to say it's true, you would have to say, I've seen this with my own eyes over and over again. I see with my own eye, not of what we see. We're not talking about rich people and rich people problems that make the news. That's totally different. I'm talking about people in regular lifetime, in real time. Where have you seen when men was done wrong? I seen when both was done wrong, but both should have speak their piece. So I don't see where men was left alone. I've never saw that. You got to make sure when you speak upon something, you have to make sure you lived through it and you saw it. And even if it was just your dad, that's just one person. To say for men entirely, you will have to back that up. You will have to back that up. Whereas men entirely, or only black? Is it only black men in America? Is it black men all over? See, y'all, I don't get what y'all be saying.
Understand the sentiments. We see everything that's going on social media, and as content creators, we always see these things that pop. Not always, but more than likely, we see the comments that pop up or the questions that people have about other people, and I understand their sentiments completely, because if you had nobody advocating for you before, and then you see a surge, in the surge, there's always going to be people who are not 100% authentic, and that's in anything. Okay, that's literally in any situation. You're not always going to have people who are pure.
Hey,
and
Tracy,
so
good
I
morning.
definitely understand that statement that Kevin just made.
And I think, but because that's been the experience. But this is different. Kind of like even when I sat down with Brittany Renner. Deion Sanders had her up at Jackson State. He did it for the benefit of the guys. No matter what her purpose was, it was his purpose. Exactly. And just like when you sat down with her in April, you had your purpose. I had my purpose. Her purpose is whatever it is. But if it's a business move, you've alienated potential allies unnecessarily. And men, ultimately, I think what men really want to see is that her true nature. That's what a lot of people were waiting for her true, what people call her true nature to show up. And it didn't. and it
Come on
popped
in,
up right on
Alien Blood.
time.
Come on in.
Because
I
let me
put
go
the
back.
link in there. I put the link in
Before
there.
2 years ago, before this whole thing with her cousin, I had never really heard of April Mason saying anything particularly harsh about men. But
Exactly.
one incident happened, and then all of a sudden, black men became males and betas and this all this kind of stuff. It's like, well, where'd this shit come from?
Right.
So it's like, all right, well, that train ain't never late. So I think what it is she is who she is.
Come on in. Come on in, Alien Blood. Come on in. Come on in. Cause we gotta hear a man's point of view. We gotta hear a man's point of view, so we don't stay biased. So our kings got to step up. Our kings got to come on up in here, cause she's always been about pleasing men and doing stuff for men. So the minute she says something, she's wrong. Okay.
And and it's been on full display. Maybe it's worked for her for so long, but here's the thing: if you're going to try to transition to selling to working with men, that ain't gonna work because men don't buy that bullshit. Men will sit there and tolerate a lot and listen and cope, but before they give that money up, not wholesale.
You're exactly right.
Especially black men, we vet.
That's the thing, right? I mean, because when I pulled her up, the chat was going crazy. Like the chat knew. Even the black women were like, "Hey, man," and there's this.
It's so interesting because, like I said, when I did that reaction video on my channel, I had the same kind of like feedback, and I had never heard of her before either. And I loved the video that she did. She did an interview. I think it was with I can't forget, but it's on my channel. I did a reaction to her speaking. It's the first time I had ever heard of her.
I heard of her.
And I loved that video so much. And I saw some backlash in the comment section. I was just kind of like, what's going on? Like, what are you guys even talking about? And then, fast forward all the way till now, when people are saying these things, I'm like, oh, wow, okay, I can understand, that people saw things or knew things previously before that didn't want to say anything. So I get it. I completely get it. One key thing that Kevin just said, and I'm going to continue to play the video. One key thing that he just said is that, her true nature. And I think that that's so important for everybody who watches content.
That's not her true nature.
Listens to anything, literally every single scenario in their lives. People will always show you their true nature. And it's usually something that doesn't happen, too far down the line. People can only be who they truly are. People can only be their authentic self. So if there's a representative, and this goes into relationships, this is just like in business and everything, that representative is going to fade away. You just have to pay attention to the things that people say and their actions. That will prove to be who they are.
I don't know.
This issue about women entering this space now, and whether they're chameleons and this or that, because there are some strong content creators who are women who are absolutely doing their thing, like Pink Book Lessons, right? Mm-hmm. But then, maybe there are other people who come in and there's like, yeah, it's just kind of like a cash grab. And to me, when I saw April Mason just dogging out the quote unquote majority of black women, I was like, oh my goodness, she absolutely seems like an ally to this space. I mean, she was going harder on black women than a lot of black men go on black women over here. So it seemed like, okay, she's seeing some of the same stuff that we're seeing. And then when she gets over here and comes up on the channel and on the panel and all this, then she absolutely turns it around after she comes up and then is gonna ostracize and attack the same people that accepted her in. I
don't know what, from a marketing standpoint, it's almost like a talented 10th kind of argument. Like, I don't mind alienating this amount of women because these are the ones that I'm targeting to, and then you're going to say you alienate a large amount of black men. And see, if that's what you're going for, cool, but I don't think it's very sound, but it's out there now, and you got to rock with it. See, one of the things about YouTube that's different than, I spent all weekend on the movie set. On the set, and the difference between being in athletics, entertainment, or music on the creative side versus going from this side to that side is we've had to come up the slower way, the process way of business. On that side, it's a lot about playing a part. You know, it's not uncommon for people to play parts on the movie theater, on the movie screen, and live completely different lives.
Right.
Keanu Reeves is a great example of this.
Yes.
Completely different. But YouTube is not. It's built around a person. And the one thing that will screw you up in this business is inauthenticity. You cannot be inauthentic. You gotta be authentically who you are. Whatever your views are, you gotta be that.
Listen, this
Mm-hmm.
I literally
That
just said
part
this,
is true.
but
That
it's
part
so
is
true on
true.
so many different levels because you want to know why there's so many people out here, right, in the world.
You gotta be authentic, but people still do change their mind. Like they could. We're gonna get to April in 1 second. We're gonna get to April, but let me just skip her.
True to yourself, people will always be able to see through that.
People.
Talking shit about the number one man in this space, a man with 1 million subscribers and 1 million followers. Like, where are you gonna go? Right?
So take the subscribers away from Kevin Samuels. Take the subscribers away and take the followers away. Kevin Samuels' viewpoint, his talking points, are what a lot of men really say in real life and how they really have been feeling. They just never had somebody step in front of the controversy and be able to say these things at large. With
Hey, nephew.
Yes, yes. Man,
Okay,
how you
you.
feeling?
How do you feel about? We're gonna get on April Mason right after this. Is she a chameleon or not? She's going to describe it. But are you familiar with what's going on here?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm informed.
All right, let's go. Speak your piece, nephew. We need a man's point of view here.
Oh, so from my perspective, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Riviera is definitely on point. I love her content.
Mm-hmm.
But to April Mason point, I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like a lot of the, and I discussed this with you before. I feel like a lot of the a lot of the older women. Well, matter of fact, let me not say a lot, but a good portion of the older women are competing with
Mm-hmm.
the younger women, and I feel like they got all these different new tactics and all these different new just sayings and teachings. Like you were saying earlier, you implement it to the fact that you don't like people, like kind of like teaching you things. Well, not teaching you things, but people pretty much like saying they taught you things, or people just trying to reach out to teach you things. It leaves
No,
you in
teach you the wrong things. They teach you.
right,
They
right.
like even with these things. My thing is, if you're not gonna teach me how to protect myself from this world, your teachings is useless. Because that video that we played earlier, it shows she was a beautiful woman. You could tell that she was probably groomed well, and she got
Right.
taken advantage of. And
Yeah.
I don't want that type of teaching. That's what I meant by that.
Mhm.
Now, far as that, I'm familiar with April Mason, but not too familiar with her. So I'm gonna let her speak for herself when this is over with. But I like to say to people, don't let a million views or a million subscribers make you think that person is like the best. It's other people, it's other smaller YouTube channels, like my brother right here, my nephew.
Yes.
Nephew got a good point of view too. And we're gonna start going over there doing live panels and Bogart and him. But let's get back to this. Then we're gonna have. Wait, are you finished? What you were saying?
Yeah, that was the gist of it. April, I feel like she's in competition with a lot of the younger women. That's all.
And you know what, Nivea, I like. We even though we agree to disagree, I like her because
Oh yeah,
she's not like calling people names. She's not, oh, well, you are a gynocrat and this.
yeah.
I always, and I don't know, like I can agree to disagree, but I'm also level minded. So I like sometimes we agree on a lot, but I like the fact that I like how I like her energy. I don't have to agree with everything that she says, but I like her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The name calling it does take it to another extent. Like it gives you another energy for the conversation. It does.
Peace, peace, family. Miss Ryan, you better go live because Alien Blood ready to go live with you, so y'all can talk about the things that I always say I don't want to hear it.
Whenever you're ready, Rod.
We've been waiting for her to go live for the longest.
For a minute.
Yeah, but when you start, oh, you hyena, and you start, I mean, that turns me off because
Yeah.
I know if I'm talking, I know my mouth is like, I'm like thinking, but her, I just like her, and I like the fact that she's into a lot of different topics, and she brings you topics, and that's the main thing I like about her. She got a lot of different topics, but I disagree with her she makes it all about the man when it should be about humanity. Period. It should be about humanity.
Out apology. So to challenge somebody who's literally on the front line, okay, let's be really honest, and standing for these things and these values and these conversations, and to kind of tarnish that relationship that you have with that
Sorry about
person
that.
who's doing
Mm-hmm.
again the same line of work that you are doing, that you're supposed to be doing, or that you say that you want to do, is is like, I don't know, it's crazy to me. I think one of the biggest red flags I see of people is like if they don't um, bring up Mr. Samuel's name, or they don't. I'm not saying that everybody's going to agree with all of his talking points and stuff like that, but people who are saying that they are standing up for men, and the respect that they deserve, needing them in our lives, our family structures, talking about the necessity of them, and they don't bring up his name, or they're like hesitant to bring up his name. I kind of am like, because he's I mean, he's in the forefront. Like, he's the one who's really like advocating. I'm not saying that he's the first person to do it. I'm
Exactly.
not saying that there's not other
Correct
people who
that.
have been doing it. I'm not saying
Correct
that
that.
at all.
Thank you.
I'm just
Correct
saying
that.
that
Correct
people who kind
that
of shy
real quick.
away from a relationship with him, or his talking points, or like the conversations that he does bring,
But
sometimes I kind of feel like that's kind of weird, because he's the one who is like pushing it strongly. So how could you not necessarily
hmm
like agree with at least some of his talking points? That's
exactly.
just my
I
opinion, though.
agree
That's
with that.
that's literally just my opinion.
See, you
Again, not
see why I
everybody is
like
going
her.
to agree with everything that he says. Not everybody is going to, quote unquote, like him. But if you are for the mission, I wouldn't see a reason why you wouldn't want to, foster that relationship, or have that peace with you and with that person.
How about just
That's just my
I'll
opinion, though,
hear it
guys.
out. I'll hear it out.
It's far bigger than me. And here's the thing: Rebecca Lynn Pope, she made a video years ago, and then when the whole thing with me came up, she did a 180. It used to be the play. It used to be the play to where you could say, just throw black men under the bus. What's the next move? There ain't one. I mean, she's who she is, and the people going to rock with her going to rock with her. This space is not a dumb space.
Correct.
And it is, and the people who have made it through have the scars to prove it.
Nice.
You don't just get in here just because you got a nice suit or a nice butt. You gotta
Okay.
prove your worth. So I think this ain't gonna even be a story in the next couple of weeks. I mean, why? Because at the end of the day, what are you really delivering? At the end of the day, if you really believe this dope chick, 40-plus-year-old woman, and you got all these options, and this, okay, that's a who does
Oh
that?
yeah,
Come on, man.
pause, pause.
I know I'm out here dating.
Yeah, that was one thing that I totally disagree with April when she had said that she it was some video she had on her page where she was saying she has the same choices or chances as a woman 25. I was just like, that's ridiculous. Now we're not saying you're not ugly or you're dried up or you're done, but to sit here and say that men are looking at you the same way they're looking at a 25-year-old, that's ridiculous. Come on. That's ridiculous. Come on now. We got to, in all honesty now, we have to be fair. Just like me being a 30-year old, I mean, me being a 30-year-old man. I know naturally it's plenty of men 22, 23 that may have their life together that may be just naturally more appealing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. It's not a problem. Like I don't know. That's just one point that I was just like, April, come on now.
Only thing I got to say to that is I agree with what you say. What I don't agree with is these young girls now, maybe is I don't mean all young girls, but they so messed up now. They make us feel like because now we look younger for our age. A lot of us is taking care of ourselves. Even the ones who don't take care of ourselves, their body is used up or drunked up or
Oh
smoked up
yeah, these
or
young girls
something.
is done.
So sometimes that puts in our mind these young girls ain't got nothing on me. I think that's where the problem is at because the young girls is not young perky little girls no more.
Right.
A
Now
lot
most
of
of them.
them look older. They look older than us now.
Yep, I would agree. Yep.
So I think that's where some women. I think not all. That's what some women mindset is at because all depends on where you're at and
Yeah.
where I'm at. Them girls is these little young girls is used up.
Yeah, by like 21. That's a fact.
They done. I mean, even with the problems, and they ain't not even old enough to pay. They ain't pay a bill yet, and I be like, damn,
Yeah, that's what
all stressed out and shit.
Kevin always say that women be 25 with no kids and just be like done at 25.
Uh huh.
Done.
If he said that, I'd agree. I agree with that. If he said it, I agree. But I'm saying this. I didn't hear him say that. I said that. So don't say this came from Kevin. Okay. And this came from my co-host. And guys get used to him because we gotta raise his channel. We gotta put him in algorithm. But shoot. But I mean, I do agree that a lot of older women try to think that they have. That's why they think even though they roll the dice, we can roll it. No, you cannot. And not the. I hate to say it, but when you're 25, people consider that old. So you're 100% right by saying you're 30 and I'm 22-year-old. Because sometimes these men, which I hate to say, they're looking at these teenagers. They ain't got no business looking that way. And I'm gonna do it. I meant to do a video on that, but I changed my mind. But I wanted to show you the other guy who they was calling the R. Kelly.
Oh.
Was the guy they was calling the R. Kelly. I'm gonna show that video, but that's on my story time. And
Oh.
he was talking about young girls and stuff like that. I gets into that on my story time. This is more of a panel type of channel. This is a panel channel,
Right.
But I got between him and the pimps. I don't know which one yet, bro. We're gonna let them talk, then we're gonna let April speak for herself. I like for people to speak for themselves, then we discuss it. I don't like to speak upon them first.
Yeah.
I don't see many women who have those kind of options like that.
Right.
And if that's also
and that's why talking points that kind of cater to or say or give the fluff to, like, oh, it's okay, like you can still figure it out, like you can wait until you're a certain age, and then whenever you're ready to decide, that's when you can decide. I have a really big issue with that because a lot of the women out here, okay, if you love us women like you say that you do, a lot of the women out here don't have those options. Just like Kevin just said, they don't necessarily, it's just like telling them, like, in any shape that you're in, or in any age group, you're gonna be able to find a millionaire, and that's just not realistic for a lot of these women. We need a lot of these women to understand that it is okay, it's absolutely fine to be with somebody who's in a different tax bracket. Okay, because everyone cannot be in a relationship with these small group of men. It's just not realistic. It's not real life.
Which is true.
But what are your what are your motives? Do you want to be married? Do you want to be a wife? Do you want to have a family? Okay, then we need to have broader conversations. We can't fluff everybody's feathers because it's just not realistic. It's feeding to the delusional mindset that a lot of our women have.
you're selling to women, or if that's the product you're marketing, kudos, but it's not going to be massively purchased. So.
Correct. I absolutely agree. And this will go away until maybe her next book comes out or her next course comes out, right?
But the thing is, you made a comment that the manosphere is evolving, and the thing is, it's evolving to be more inclusive.
Yes.
But it's going in a good direction.
Yes.
One of the things I made sure that even when I start talking about this high value man stuff, I'm from blue collar, middle Midwestern people, and you don't alienate your base.
Right.
And I don't know what the play is, and that's more important. We don't have to know the play. Bottom line is, men want to know that you are still got your that you on their side, and that you're not going to switch up because of an opportunity came along. You may sit down and take a meeting. They may not understand the diplomacy or whatever, but as long as they understand that you just scooped and sat by the door wherever you went, more than likely or not, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Especially once you're in. Once you're in, you're in. Because let's be honest, you and I could probably go places and do things that other guys couldn't or would not want to.
Right.
And then go eat a 2-piece and a biscuit out in the parking lot and have a good goddamn time.
Exactly.
That's who.
It's that humility that I love. Okay, and I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on outside. It looks like they are like cutting.
I don't know. They lost me for a
so
second.
Some sounds, I don't know what's going on.
Pause.
Okay.
They lost me for a second. I don't know why they lost me. It's like they
Well,
lost
what part? Where they lost you at?
that whole segment. They lost me. They went from talking about the manosphere, and then they went to we can go places and stuff like that. I got lost. They didn't stick to, they didn't stick to discussing women entering the manosphere. I wanted them to stick to that. They
No,
went.
I don't. One thing too that I do advise for all women. I don't advise for women to enter the manosphere. I advise for women to take a look at it and understand it. I don't think
Mhm,
it's something for
mhm.
women.
I
Yeah, the
agree.
manosphere is
Hmm.
not something for women. It's something to educate young individual males that's coming up in society. That's it.
See, what happened with me was when I didn't know what all of this was about, right? But when you is a single mother and you have a son, that's what brought me to these people
Right.
because I wanted to hear their point of view. And this started back from Tommy, and then I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of women first come on these things because we want to hear the points that you got to point out. We're not your enemy. We don't hate the men, but we came there because we thought that, this is, you know, I'm going to say high value as in what you have to say, not high value as in what your pocket. So a lot of women is drawn to this because of their sons and their nephews. So that's what brought me to them. So you're 100% correct there. It's to look at it and it's to learn if you can extract something from it and teach it to your son. Because you don't want, regardless of how much you don't like them, you don't want somebody getting over on your son.
Oh yeah, no. That's the last thing you want.
Right. Exactly. So if they could say some pointers that we could give to our sons, that's what. But then come to find out, it's not like that. It's about talking about the women, and trying to raise a woman and all that up. Like this, I can't. No, no, no. But I will say, I told my son, make sure your woman know how to cook and clean. Certain things I told him. I told him a lot of things they promoted. I already told my son anyway, and that's not because he ain't touching the kitchen. He's not touching the kitchen at all,
Mhm.
and he gotta find a home. But these are things that was taught anyway. Some women was lucky enough that they sons, because some men got that gift of cooking. Some men and their sons picked up from their moms and then moved on, and they would go on to be doing the cooking because they like to do the cooking. And we cannot knock the men who do that because some you won't. Everybody knock men who do that until you go into a restaurant. Then you pray like Gordon Ramsay. You praise him. Like you praise people like them, what they cooking, but you don't praise the regular man who cooks in the house.
Cause you know what it is? Like the regular man is supposed to do it. So it's like it's not really a plus, I guess.
I praise anybody who wants to do something.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I praise them because you got a lot of shisty people out there, and everybody needs to be heard. Job well done, or you could do this, or I got you.
I call it acknowledgement.
Yeah,
Everybody needs acknowledgement. That's right.
yeah, because there's so much shady shit that's going on. We just seen one when this man was scamming everybody, but they almost finished. I want to get to April Manson, but they lost me. But maybe they're gonna bring me back, or maybe what she say gonna bring me back.
I don't know. But I love that. I love the humility of that conversation. And this is what he's saying. Like when you hear him saying, like, we can go places that a lot of people may not have access to, but we're still humble enough that we're fine if we can, like he just said, go get two pieces and a biscuit.
Okay,
That's showing his
she
authenticity.
brought me back a little bit.
And I love that. I love that. I really, really love when people can just be real.
She brought me back.
Helping out smaller creators. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for all that you do for men. And let me just tell you this, since you're up here.
See, okay, this is what I'm talking. I just love this conversation so much. I love it so much. And again, we have to talk about authenticity. I love the lead's ability to give him his flowers on his platform in front of everybody and not hold anything back because of the respect that he has for the work that he is doing again for men. So this is something that you feel strongly about. This is something that you're passionate about men having a voice. Men,
yeah, only if they can do that to women.
Opinions,
you lost me there, chick.
$1 million. And he called me because he wanted to know if he should stay in his marriage or if he should divorce and do these type of consultations. And without getting into specifics, his wife had done some horrible things. Let's just say horrible. And he has suffered tremendously. Now he has bounced back, but he suffered a lot. And he was saying when he was going through it, he would cry to her, and she would say this, and she would say that, and she would still be abusing him because she saw the weakness and she was taking advantage of it. And he said that's the way that he was living his life until he found your videos.
Oh,
and
Carter, shut up.
Found your videos and started watching them. He didn't have an understanding that even though he was making 1.1 or 1.2 million, that he had value as a man.
Oh man!
And you were the one that taught him that he had value and that he should not allow himself to be treated this way by this woman. And that is what inspired him to call me, just to say, hey, how do you see this? Because I think I don't think I'm happy, and I think I need to move on. But what clicked it in his mind, what was the catalyst, was you. And so you are making differences in so many men's lives that you aren't even aware of, right? That you will never find out. If I had never told you about this gentleman, you might never know who he is and what you did for him. Right. So I absolutely want to sing your praises for some of the people whose lives you are changing, and maybe they don't have the opportunity to talk to you and to thank you. But he would want me to thank you on his behalf. So
it's good to hear that, because a couple of years ago, we wouldn't have had that message or even the resources of having a family law attorney, somebody to be able to reach out to. And I think that infrastructure, that developing foundation is exciting to a lot of people, but it's also scary to some, because that's power. That's power. That's power. So, and that's why I'm hot now, and it's gonna be somebody else's turn. How you start, how you end. And what's the oldest saying? Be careful on who you step on the way up. Those are the same people you're gonna see on the way down. I ain't stepping on nobody.
Facts. I heard that.
That's right.
I gotta run. Appreciate it. ABL, shout out, dog.
Yeah, shout out to ABL.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much, Kevin. You can always come up. Really appreciate it.
You do it.
Love him so much. Absolutely. And
Yeah, Kevin is a game changer.
Huh?
So Kevin is a game changer. I ain't gonna lie, he is.
What?
He is. No, no, I'm just talking about. See me, I go. You know what? Hold on, hold on. And let me explain this too, because I was just explaining this earlier this morning, about 5 in the morning, to my little cougar. Basically, like,
Cougar.
I judge a person according to their work ethics. I
Mm-hmm.
understand people have personal lives, and they feel whatever they feel, they do whatever they want. Behind closed doors on the weekend. That's your business. It is what it is.
Oh, Spice is nice. It said. She said it's good to see you, King. Alien blood.
Thank you, thank you. Hopefully your day is going beautiful.
Hopefully, y'all, all of y'all subscribe to his channel. We got to get, but we got the
Like,
mail now.
subscribe.
Yeah, like it. Well, later on he'll drop his link. But now we're gonna get to April. I like to hear. Remember, I'm the type of person. I it's easy for me to get points from everybody, and then throw out the bone. So I don't really have a side. If you're saying something that I agree with, then you're saying something that I agree with. I don't care who you is. I'm not going to agree with everybody, but let's listen to what she has to say.
You can hear your favorite feminine lifestyle strategies. And I'm here to talk to you about what the word is on the street, y'all. So come on in here. Come on in here. I give you a moment for Facebook to give you a notification, darling. Come on. Come on in here. While we listening to some, who is this? Some Keith Washington. Oh, there y'all go. What they say? I heard y'all was looking for me. Here I go. So as you see the title of the video, is April Mason a chameleon? That has been the word on the streets. I was made aware. I didn't know, y'all. I don't know when stuff be going on about me unless the people that's saying it about me's followers tell me that. Other than that, my Facebook and Instagram people, they're so zen and they're so supportive. I never really know when any foolishness is going on unless other followers from other folks come over and they can be kind of and I always say you will always know the nature of a leader by its his or her followers. Never forget that. If you ever want to know the nature of a leader, watch their followers. People say no, you can't really say that, but we said that about Donald Trump. Look at Donald Trump's followers. They are a direct indicator of the tree that these people are eating from, their fruit. So if you ever want to know the nature of a leader, look at how their followers respond, react, how they move and their temperament. So I heard that I was called a chameleon, y'all. And it was just so funny because we'd be sitting over here like, I didn't even know that I was trending. But because we got so many followers over the last week from people trying to, I guess, figure it out, I told my team was like, you know what? I think it would be good for you to talk about it, and because you understand where the discrepancy is coming from. So I actually got up. I was sitting here working at the beautiful April Mason headquarters, and I said, you know what? Let's go live and talk about it. Is April Mason a chameleon? And I figured out what the issue is. The issue is the men want me to be 100% on the man's side. The women want me to be 100% on the woman's side. And for those of you that follow, of all my faithful supporters, know that I am fair. I get on the women and I get on the men. But what happens is when I said I was quitting and retiring from the dating space, it gave men like, see, this is validation of what we talk about. However, I never said that men were right, because in that same post, I addressed some of the issues with the men. And what I find is you have two different groups of people. Well, actually, four. You have males, females, you have men and women. And what's happening is you have males with penises that carry vagina energy, and they're wondering why, or complaining about why women don't submit. Well, women don't submit to vagina energy. It's like it's like two women. We don't do that. Then over here, you have women who identify themselves as alpha females, but they want alpha males, somebody that's going to come in and naturally take over and lead. Well, the type of man that you're looking for, he's not looking for you to be an alpha female. So now you have women over here respond, acting in a very emotional way, and you have males that are over here complaining and about women not submitting and complaining about women don't want average men. So what you're getting is a conglomerate of foolishness. The reason why there are organizations that are all organizations against men, anti-men, and anti-women is because of a psychological issue. It's because of therapy that is actually needed. So here on April Mason's channel, I have always been solutions based. I have never been all woman or all man, but I have gotten on women harder, and I do that intentionally because as women, we have the power. When I say power, I'm not saying in comparison to men. I'm saying as women, we have the power to change the trajectory of what's going on in the world. We are the temperature in the room, not the thermostat. I've always taught you that. I have always taught you that a wonderful man is a byproduct of you being an adult woman. So I guess I said that in the males, got their panties in a bunch. And this is what I mean when I say that, because you
Sugar,
got to get clarity instead of,
sugar, pause.
males cause division and chaos. Men get understanding and create order. So for the men or the males that are trying to be men, let me explain what I mean, because it made it for some feel like she's saying one is better than the other. No, this is what I'm saying. When a woman becomes a dope woman for herself, she's now in the mindset and the energy to choose a better man instead of her appetite and her palate that she's had for males. It's the same thing for a man. When a man decides to rise up, when a male decides to rise up and be a man and present himself with manly characters, manly traits, in his masculine energy, he will stop choosing women that he go listen to other people complain about. You are responsible, male or female, man or woman.
Oh, alien blood dipped on me. I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know what was going on, but he dipped on me. When he come back, we shall see.
For the individuals that you choose. When you become a dope individual, it's everything in life that happens to you that from that point on that takes your life upward is a byproduct of you becoming better. However, I was told that the males once again got their panties in a bunch. See, she 46 and that's males. And a lot of what's going on is women that are complaining about what they think is men is males. That's why whatever you follow, what the content that you read.
All right, I had a phone call. Did you hear anything she had to say?
Yes, and I heard it all. I heard it all.
So
I,
fill me in. Not
right.
not
So,
being biased, just fill me in what she. I had two phone calls back to back, so I had to mute it.
nah, you good. Nah, I just wanted to correct something with her. Basically, you just really clarified and defined everything that the manosphere was talking about. That's the only reason why we backed you. We didn't back you because we felt like you quit on the women, or we felt like we was taking your side because you going against women. We didn't get on your back because of none of that. We stood by you because we felt like you were clarifying and verifying and certifying basically everything that we claim in the manosphere. That's all. It was none about we was teammates or we felt like we needed you or you just proved the point that we was talking about. That's it. That's it.
What did she say? Remember, I
Um,
didn't, you give me what your point of what did she say?
oh, no. She basically said that basically that we got mad at her because um she wasn't talking for us. I mean, she wait. She basically said we got mad at her because she felt like we didn't take her side or something to that, and she tried to implement something like we didn't take her side, something to that effect.
See,
And it wasn't that though.
so this is why I'm my own person. When you're your own person, you really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I never was the type of person that picks sides. I'm the type of person that I like information. So I don't care who it's coming from.
Right.
Long as it's information. I don't have to pick sides. So this is what happened when you want to be part. But I got to get into. I couldn't find it today because I wanted to. Remember, I didn't have this page for 3 weeks. So, but I had so much stuff in my head and seen so much content. Now I forgot
Yeah.
the damn content. But
Yep.
it's the manosphere is going against the red pills.
Wait. No. The manosphere is red pills.
Well, they going against somebody else, damn it. But it's not nice. The men
Wait,
is going against the men. I don't know who it is, but I had it and I don't know if I can find it.
no,
But
the
I
man
didn't save it because I didn't know if I was going to still have a channel. So I never saved it.
manosphere, it goes against the feminist movement. That's what they go against.
No, they're going against another group of men.
Oh,
I,
probably simps. Simps.
no. Mm-mm. I'm going to find it. It was good.
Oh, blue pill man.
And they didn't have a pill, but I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it.
What man you talking about? I want to know.
That's right. And then we got Pimp going after Pimp. And we going to. This, this, shit-
I,
these, all my channels is going to be rocking, baby. All three of my channels are going to be rocking,
I
sticking
want to see
to
that pimp shit. I do
it.
want to see that.
Yeah, man, that's going to be the night.
Resonate with is an indicator of where you are. So if you're following women that all they do is talk about men, or they're always catering to men. Some say, April, you cater to men. No, it's not that I cater to men. I just understand people want to be treated with kindness. And it's like if you treat someone with kindness,
I agree.
and you actually
Yeah.
consider them as an individual, you're actually responsive to them, you become a pick me. No, we all want to be treated like with kindness and respect.
I
But
agree.
in this society, in this climate, it's like a battle between men and women. And the content that you consume is an indicator where you are emotionally and psychologically.
Which is
So
true.
the reason why I don't be knowing what be going on about me is because I curate the content that I feed into myself. If you know all about the gossip blogs, if you follow organizations that are anti-man, anti-woman, and you actually take your time to dive into that, you're really hurt. And there's a company called betterhealth.com that can help
Hold
you
on,
get
pause. Now,
past your inner wounds, whether it's
now you got me saying pause, right? I
That's wrong.
have to agree on that point because look what happened to my page because they are so into Kevin Samuels so much. They tried to erase me. And I didn't even say nothing about the man. So that does go, that point is absolutely correct. Cause now that becomes you. And I'm like coming on here, coming, and then it got to the point, Alien, they looked at my thing and they saw my email. They was sending me nasty emails.
Wow. That's a
It's-
problem.
yeah, that's a problem when one man you could brag about his work, but when you do the devilish things for him, that go to something wrong with you. I ain't never liked somebody that much. I'm gonna do your devil work for you, so you can shine. No, no. They went and flagged me and told him, and my man sent me an email personally and shit. I'm like, the fuck? I don't praise nobody like that, but she, on that behalf, she's 100% right. Even if it, the females too, like them pink kittens or whatever you call their asses.
Well, you talking about Pink Book Lessons?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. She's a goat.
No, but I like her too, but I don't agree with a lot of stuff that they say. But anytime it talks about, being nice to people and kind to people, treating men like a king, that I agree with. But I don't believe in giving them the lead role until they show me they can lead. That's the only place where we differ. You have to prove some things to me.
Yeah, I see.
I ain't walking up in there going, my king. No, hell to the no. That don't even happen in real life. Do you know Prince William's been training to be a king since the day he was born? He got to talk a certain way, walk a certain. He got to do everything a certain way until he's king. So you think I'm gonna have a man that never trained to be king gonna tell me he king?
Mhm.
Mm-mm. That's the only thing we disagree with.
Mommy issues, whether it's daddy issues, whether the girl in high school rejected you because you were not the most popular or you weren't the most attractive or athletic or you didn't have really much going on for you in college, right? A lot of people are dealing with that. I get men that say, you know, Miss April, women don't want an average man, and they shouldn't. Why would you want someone to categorize themselves as average? Miss April, these men they don't want no bigger woman. And but why complain about men that don't want bigger women? Either lose the weight or deal with men that like
Big women.
big sexies, as we call
Exactly.
them.
Mm-hmm.
But all of this other foolishness, if you are
No, no, no,
complaining
no, no,
about the
no. Pause,
opposite
but
sex,
pause. She's
you
not
are
getting
a
Pause.
down to
male
Pause.
or a female.
yeah, pause. She's not getting down to the root problem. You can't just say that women. She got to realize that most. First of all, when she says that, she sounds ridiculous because most men are just average. That's first off. Second of all, to her second point is that um when women say that, you got to realize most women are BBW. So it's like,
Well, I'm a middle BBW, not a BBW, but I'm middle B. I'm no, I'm a middle sized BBW, right?
yeah.
And it's crazy. I, I've never when I was small, I didn't get the meal. When I became big, man, I'm like, damn. But there are men who like they big bone women, and some men who don't. But the fact that she's saying is you don't complain. But the problem is we listening to too many people. But we here for the bullshit. We here for the bullshit, right? We here for it.
Yep.
Different folks, different coats. We did a coat one thing on coat yesterday.
Because a woman or a man knows, let me get better within myself so that I can choose a better person. Let me become a dope man or a dope woman so that my palate has changed. So anytime you hear people complaining about, once again, the opposite sex, and that's all they do, that's the energy that they live in.
Mm-hmm.
That is a wounded and hurt individual, because what they're saying is, check this out, and this is one of the reasons why I had to switch over into, well, I'll get to that in a moment, but the title of my book is called Identity Switch, and I'll talk to you about that in a moment of why that came about.
Please do.
But here's the deal.
What's the deal?
When people have dealt with experiences, you will always know a lot of their motivation behind why they do what they do if they have not healed. For instance, you have a lot of males out here that will go get the money because they think they're making six figures and they think they're doing something. You will have them go get their bodies together. Now I'm attractive because in school didn't nobody want me because I was raggedy and skinny. So they're doing these outward things, but they're not doing the inward things. So now they think the outward movements, the educations that they've gotten, and this goes for women too. I got my degree, I have my nice car, I have all of my wonderful things. And that makes me a better woman, or that makes me a better catch. No, you're still raggedy on the inside. How is it that you go through a bad breakup or you deal with a bad experience, but in that time you say, I'm going to better myself. I'm going to better myself. And you got all of these songs that y'all listening to. I'm a flex on my ex. He going to hate, you going to regret the day you left me. Hell no. Women
I'm
don't
a flex
do that.
on my ex.
Wounded females do that. Men don't walk around saying, you know what, I'm about to become buff, so I can let these hoes know that they should have chose me. Men don't do that. Wounded males do that, right? So you got to understand what you are dealing with. And so when I decided to retire, this was 2 years in the making. We just decided to do it on that day. But what I started to see is more and more bitter, angry people that wanted to complain to me about males. Well, April Mason is not proficient in males. April Mason is proficient in men. My circle, from the people in my family to the men that are my platonic friends to the man in my life, they're all men. So I don't know this penis with vagina energy. I don't navigate that well. And so what was happening is women always wanted to come and try to dump and help me, want me to help them function inside of dysfunction instead of becoming better women, to take off those filter off the, to put the glass, they got the glasses on that they can
Rose shaded
identify males.
glasses.
But as I'm saying, okay, sis, let's be more of a dope woman so that you can attract a better male. So you got a better man, so you can identify what a man is. I'm going to help you take these glasses off so that you can choose better. But some people are just addicted to complaining. They're addicted to hurt and pain. Women that go and ask for validation on their appearance, and want to know how they're rated, baby, let me help you. You have a wound that needs to be healed. And these people are out here making money and running game on you, and all you're doing is keep going back. I want the pain, I want the rejection, I want people to tell me that I'm not good enough, because that's what you know, right? That's what you know. And they laughing their way all the way to the bank. And I'm over here telling you, become a dope woman. Become a dope woman, and an amazing man is the byproduct of you becoming a dope woman. An amazing woman is a byproduct of a male transforming into a man, because he's no longer
Nah,
whining. He's no longer
but
causing
sugar, hold
division.
on, sugar.
Males cause
I'm
division.
agreeing with what she's
Men
saying
build
now,
up
but I'm going to
communities,
hear a man's
right?
point of
Every
view.
man.
Go ahead, bro. Nephew.
Look, I think every woman should get a synopsis from her female friends and the females in her life, and a synopsis from all the men and all the males in her life. She shouldn't just be sitting there listening to all the women at the table. I disagree with that, because that's not realistic. That's just not.
I,
Uh,
I personally think with the inward stuff, I agree with that part. A lot of us
yeah.
are walking into relationships, and this is why, like she said, like Kevin Samuels, he's going to the bank. There's a lot of people that had who are damaged inside and never healed.
Yeah.
I even showed one yesterday where the lady was talking to her godfather, which is a pastor. He had to say to her, I know all these years went by, but you're still not healed. I could tell by the way you talk, you're still not healed. Some people are not healed from their first love.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people's not healed from when they braces. Well, they got better braces now, but back in our days, it was the real ugly braces, the metal ones. A lot of people's not healed. I mean, even people who wear glasses, they're not healed from being called names because they were like. You say four eyes to people now,
Look,
that mean nothing. But back in the
wait,
days, that
pause.
meant a lot. Uh-huh.
Wait, pause real quick. Miss Rod, you 1,000% right, because on your statement, good women are being overlooked for trashy wop. And no, you know what it really is though. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, and I think I did do a video on this, or I was planning to. Women, I don't know if I could. I could say sex, right?
Yeah, X or sex. You could say
Or I'm gonna just say X. So women just give out X too freely. It's uncomparable to any time. And I just mean naturally. They just give it out too freely. And my point is that a good woman is gonna get overlooked. Most good women are gonna get overlooked because it's so many trashy women giving it out for free. That's like nothing. Or you paying bottom dollar, what, 20, 40,
mm,
$60, if that. If that. Depending on who you are. If you the right Tyrone, you ain't paying nothing.
that's what I was getting ready to say. Oh, and all you gotta do is share blunt. Like it was, it was still mine. I just gave her a couple of pulls. That was all she wrote, and poured her a drink of something I got already. I ain't put out nothing.
a little hen rock.
Uh huh. Nah, she wasn't even worth the Hennessy. She wasn't
Yo,
even worth
yo,
it. Little
hey,
pork
yo, sugar, sugar,
enjoy yourself.
sugar. I didn't heard a few niggas say that she wasn't even worth the Hennessy.
I know.
That's a fact.
I know she went, no, you gonna get the earth and jerk, baby. You gonna get the easy Jesus. That's what you gonna get. Fuck around, you get a can of Coke for the five. Mm-mm-mm. I done heard that too many times. She ain't worth it. The good drink goes to blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. That is a big fact. You gotta say
That has been said.
that.
But a good thing that we still hearing both sides of the story, and it's a good thing that
Yeah,
you agreed and disagreed there, and you agreeing and disagreeing here. So
yeah.
you're not being biased.
No, no.
Man is a male, but every male is not a man. Every female is a woman, but every woman is, I mean, every woman is a female, but every female is not a woman. There is no book that come with this. These are things that you have to learn. This is why I say being your authentic self is so important. Learning that what you are dealing with, what we are dealing with in America today, is the lack of identity, is the lack of positioning. Women don't know how to be women. Men don't know how to be, no, males don't know how to be men. Females don't know how to be women. Because they have a vagina or because they have a penis, they believe that they deserve some type of, I'm superior. You're supposed to bow down. Another thing that I heard was April Mason is a chameleon because she goes in and out of her femininity. No, I don't. What you don't understand is you're identifying femininity as one particular thing. Everybody knows on my channel, I've always said I was refined hood. I'm from Richmond, Oakland, California. Can I be about that life? Yes. Do I live in that energy? No, but I'm going to tell you something, fellas. A woman knows when she's in your presence if she feels safe with you. And we hear, well, a woman, she should be feminine at all times. No, not when she's in the midst of males. Men, yes. Males, no.
I'm sorry. I have to totally agree with her on that because sometimes because of our background, thank God, some people was brought up in the worst parts of town. Some of these men ain't about that life, and that we can't give you that because you is a man. We automatically know you. We haven't seen your hands or nothing. I ain't seen you never throw your hands up. I don't know if you can fight. I don't know nothing. All I know is you a man. I ain't seen nobody test your water. I ain't seen your hand game. Nothing. So sometimes if we put in a certain situation, and hey, we're gonna have to do this together, okay?
That's right.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes that don't mean we leave the man, but just thank God that you got a woman that if you're not able to hold your own, we gonna have to whoop this person. It's gonna be a we thing. So some men better be thankful that you got women who's brought up in that side of town who's gonna help you.
Yeah.
Because you got some of these men, because he a man and here come another man. Picture me watching my man get his ass whipped. It's not going it's not gonna happen.
Look, but look. I ain't gonna lie. I do agree with Sugar. I feel like you shouldn't watch your man get your ass whooped. But I advise that you do because that will teach him a lesson. And then on top of that, I advise you also to leave him because it's just, in my
Nah,
opinion, and no,
nah.
look. In my opinion, I just feel like it's too many men out here that could fight. So for you dealing with a man that can't fight, that's on
Listen,
you.
some of them it is on me. I ain't leaving my man because he can't fight. He can't
That's
fight.
on
He
you.
can't fight. And it's not the it could be a problem that he is not the fact that he can't fight. He just can't beat that person.
Okay, I could agree with that too. You're right.
So
Yeah, that's a good point.
if you need my help is coming. And I heard I heard plenty of men say, hey, if my woman fight, I will not let my woman get her ass whipped. And that's how we feel too.
Oh
Shit.
yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
But
yeah.
that's saying the same rule go for a man. He probably could fight, just not that one. And
I
I
just
don't
don't
want
want. I just don't want to see my woman get knocked out by a nigga, because then it's just like everything goes after that. The nigga death, everything. She gonna be crazy after that. Like,
because you got sometimes you're gonna meet your match or you're gonna meet someone you can't beat everybody. And
Nope.
because you got a man, you got to remember that doesn't mean they could beat everybody. So you better be glad when you got a woman that's not going to sit back and worry about her nails and her hair and all this other bullshit. Not when I'm getting my ass but this bitch standing back. You want that woman that's, jumping on the back or something. Or
Yep.
at least, if you're really good at what you do, their voices can get the two men to stop. But you got to be really good at it. Like, you got some women that are good at, come on now, what is this all about? You go over there and this person go over. That's when you really are experienced. When see, that's what you call a real woman. When you can stop it with your presence alone. Like a lot of fights I have stopped just with my presence alone. But that takes a lot of practice. When you can get two men to stop fighting or whatever just by you talking to the both of them and separating them. And which means you would have had to be in them streets where they respect you to even listen to you. Or you must have a commanding type of aura around you where they respect that.
Right.
But you have that, like I said, that every woman don't have it, every man don't have it. Don't practice it if you ain't got it, because you're gonna be caught in the midst of some shit. You'll be caught in the midst of something. So don't be going up in there. Stop it, stop it. Baby. If you don't know how to stop it, you better get out the middle.
Get out of Dodge.
Get out of Dodge. But I'm not. One thing I'm not gonna do is stand now. I'm sorry, not my man. I'm gonna have to break some nails or something, and I'll be very upset because I don't wear fake nothing. So my real nails go until my nails grow back. I ain't speaking to you. Oh God.
And you wouldn't teach your daughter that. I hope you wouldn't teach your daughter that. That's why, ladies, it's so important to be in tune with your brand of what femininity is. And some of you ask me, say, but what is femininity? Here it is. I'm going to give it to you. And when I give it to you, I want you to take it and I want you to put your personality on it. Some people get a woman that's assertive mixed up with a woman that lives in her masculine. No, just because she can articulate her words, she can be very clear in her speech. She knows how to have a meaningful an intelligent conversation. It doesn't make her masculine at all. She's just assertive and she's just intelligent. Males will call you masculine because they are not ready to accept somebody that can actually have a conversation, because it makes them have to rise up. So people that want you to stay in your feminine energy, that they deem it weak, very submissive. Ladies, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that deserves your submissiveness is your man.
Nope, your husband. Your husband, not your man.
The only person
your husband
that deserves your surrendering and your submissiveness is your man. Why do I say that? Because we live in a world of males that think that they are obligated to get that. No, they are not. Mm-hmm. Why? Because as women, we are preyed upon by males. Have you guys been watching what's been going on in the world? Males following women into their homes, trying to hurt them? No. You can be friendly. You don't have to have a resting bitch face. And you can actually, be approachable. But do not let your guard down to males just because they have a penis. You have to protect yourself. Yep. That's why I teach. I don't teach from the standpoint of femininity is the only part of you that you should be. I teach you should be in your femininity 85 to 90% of the time. That other 15 to 20% should be based on, the 15 to 10% you should be in your masculine. How do you think I'm able to run a business, successful businesses? Because I have to use my masculine energy to what? To execute. So anybody that's teaching,
I'm not betting I get no copyright strike from you, chick. But about trying to take out a man at home. But I hope they ain't picked that up. That I have to totally agree with because I run a nonprofit. I'm a woman. So I have a lot of men. They always want to speak to my boss all the time. They always go past me and want to speak to my boss till they find out, hey, it's me. Right? Like most of the men I get respect from because I'm always feeding people and helping people or whatever. But it does come across a black female can't have a thought in her mind and want to help their community and put that thought into action. They think that the only thoughts can come from men and can be put into action. A lot of things we have going on come from a woman's thought.
Yeah, but no. But hold on, let me pause you real quick.
Now I
I
was
think
clearing my throat. I wasn't. Go ahead.
no, I think that's to the fact though that we feel like, well, some men, well, probably most men, we feel like 9 times out of 10, whatever the idea is, no matter if it comes from me, you, the child, our cousin, grandmother, whatever, who's going to defend that idea at all costs? 9 times out of 10,
Then,
us.
no, that's not true. I would
No, we
say
talking about no, we talking about not.
I would say 50-50 because
Nah,
the ideas that I have you cannot pull it off because I know if it's my idea it fits my personality. That doesn't mean it fits your personality.
I don't feel like it could ever be 50-50 because of the combat structure and the intelligence of warfare. It can
Yeah,
never be
no,
50-50.
well we
Never.
if it's our idea, a lot of us are single, but we still make it happen. I'm
But,
single, I made it happen. But what I'm saying is that if I have a man, my ideas for him will be containing what he does. But if it's something that I want to do, his personality is totally different from mine. That doesn't mean he can pull it off. Same. That's why I be dealing with somebody. I can't say, "Hey, feed the hungry." He may not want to feed the hungry. I ain't being nobody that's hungry. They need to go out there and get a job. See, we two different people. But
right.
it works for me, but don't work for him. But I would not be with nobody who can't give me like maybe for some men, but I would need a man because I pop up with ideas all day, every day, all day long. So a lot of men like that. Some men wouldn't like it. Depends on what man that it is. Like, let's say nephew, we got to talk because I don't notice something. I don't like what I see. We got to. I'm like the business meeting queen, right? I'm like the, and that's I in real life too.
Right.
I'm like the business meeting queen, but always at the end of the day, that's where my respect comes from. And they always be like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't thank me. You the one putting the work. I just gave you the ideas. That's it. It stayed on your back. That's all you, you
Right.
know, that's all you. But sometimes you have to be in your masculine energy because we just seen in the other video when she stayed in her feminine energy. We got these scammers and we got these no sociopaths and narcissistic people out there. You cannot stay in your feminine state. You
No,
cannot.
you can't. I agree.
And that goes for men too. You know, y'all got to stop thinking beyond the fake ass and the fake titties because you got narcissistic sociopath women too.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta learn how to look. Let me see how this chick. I know the body look good, but let me see if this bitch is crazy first. Make sure I ain't dealing with somebody that's gonna slash my tires and stuff. And oh me, y'all men go through when it come down to narcissistic people. Narcissistic people is narcissistic people. I don't care if it's woman or man. And a lot of time when I speak upon messed up women, it's not the women, it's the narcissistic women y'all talking about. And the same will apply for a man. A lot of men we complain about narcissistic social path. These are not normal men and women. And they have to always constantly, to me, you need to constantly always bring that up. And you need to constantly bring up them red flags if you're going to be a coach or if you're going to teach.
Mm,
You don't lead somebody to a burning building.
mm.
You don't. That's what a lot of these people do. If Kevin sounds what he's saying sounds really good, and you got a lot of these women that's changing, but you didn't tell them what to look out for. You changed me, but you led me to these narcissistic motherfuckers. Shit, you gotta say, listen, you gotta let these women know, even financial stuff. And we ain't got no business knowing nobody's financial, and we ain't married.
Yep.
We is not married. I told you Dr. Dre sat there and had the big balloon day. I
Right.
was like, oh shit. Well, we're gonna finish her out. And then I'm gonna look for what I was talking about.
You that a woman should never be in her masculine energy. They're trying to keep you weak. The reason why you've gotten so far, ladies, as a in your career is because of your masculine energy. The problem is so many are on this side 100%. That's not what we teach here. We teach that you can be a feminine CEO, right? Meaning you can run your businesses. You can have something to offer to the world. We do need female leadership in the feminine. We have a lot of, well, let me change that. We need femininity in leadership. We have a lot of female leaders, but the world is out of whack because there is no feminine energy in leadership. Right? So never let anybody try to tell you that if you raise your voice that you're no longer feminine, or that you cuss, you're no longer feminine. So, you know, what's her name? Florida Evans cussed. Was she not feminine when she said, damn, damn, damn? You know, we've heard Felicia Rashad cuss. Get your ass off my lawn. Does that take away her femininity? Do not let anybody tell you that if you do a particular thing that you're not feminine. Oh, I smoked a cigar for the first time, first and last time. It wasn't my thing. Oh, that's not ladylike. Well, I guess Diana Ross and Diane Carroll, who smoked a cigarette and looked really cute, you know, I guess they weren't feminine either. Stop letting people put their identity on you. What is femininity, and what do we teach here at the April Mason headquarters? Is femininity is being a woman. It's a part of your being. You don't have to conjure this up. It's your authenticity. It's your intuitiveness. It's being able to receive. How many women can't receive, whether it's from, you know, a friend, a man, anybody, because they're so used to giving and they feel out of whack with receiving, right? Even our sexual organs are made to receive. And it's interesting how women can lay down and receive a man's sperm, but yet you can't receive his love, respect, and, you know, intimacy. Okay. Femininity is playful. Y'all know I'm a humorist. I like to have fun. It's light. It's empathetic. It's very compassionate. It's creative. And a lot of men that complain about, you know, women all the time, they're in their feminine energy, right? Because they keep using their creativity to create content. A part of being a feminine being is your creativity, right? So when you see males creating so much content around what they say they don't like, it's because they're in their feminine energy, right? So you always got to be aware, you know, of what and who you're paying attention to.
No,
It's
that's
also
not.
vulnerable.
What in
Now,
the world?
use wisdom with your vulnerability.
Pause.
There's levels to
Yeah.
vulnerability.
Oh, hold on.
It's
Let me explain
expressive,
something to the
right?
chat. Let me explain something to the chat real quick. Let me explain something to the chat. When you analyze something like an analyzation, um, pretty much a presentation, you're just examining something. That's it. It has no gender on it. It has no certain energy on it. We're just looking at it for what it is, as evidence that whatever it is, bam, that's what we're looking at. It's on the board. Simple. There's no feelings involved. There's no gender, nothing like that. So that's false notion. Play.
I'm trying to. I didn't hear too much because I'm trying to find that video I was talking about. So that's right. You hold it down.
Yeah, yeah,
And your
but yeah,
expressiveness
right.
can come in any different way. Some days
Say, bro.
No, you good, sugar.
All right. So I'm trying to
I'm,
find
I'm
that.
white and fluffy. Other days, you know, I'm somewhere in my biker outfit because I feel it. I'm feeling real. What's her name? Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider, right? So it all depends on how I'm feeling that day. It's surrendering. Surrendering doesn't mean necessarily to a man. Surrendering means I'm surrendering to the process of life. I don't know which decision I need to make at this point. So I'm just going to surrender, and I'm finally going to take the bags off of my back, and I'm going to surrender. Femininity is also resting, learning how to sit your tail down and rest. But femininity also is dark. Femininity also is destructive. Femininity also is wild, and it's also free. Doesn't mean it's toxic. Take, for instance, Mother Nature. Mother Nature is all those things I listed at first. But you mess with Mother Nature too much, which humans have been doing. Mother Nature rises up and cause destruction of everything in her path that is not true and honest. She
Yeah,
spits it out.
I'm right,
So if you ever
bro.
wanted to know if femininity is always so nice and dainty, no.
Nephew.
Femininity can be about that life.
It is the manosphere worse the red pill.
What? What video is that from who?
I'm trying to see.
What in the world?
This has not shown it. It's not showing it. But it's
That's a
in there.
little
I'm
different.
gonna stop till I find it.
Oh, I think it might be the what's that guy name? Might be Donovan Sharp versus the O'Shea. It might be that.
No, it's the group of men. I forgot the Latif and all of them.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about.
I need to
The
find that.
the Lafif channel. I know you're talking about.
Latif, well, that's, you know what? That'd be something good for you to start on your channel, bro. And I'll come over there and act with you.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't even know his name. I have to go. I'm gonna have to go under that. What's her name? Nevia. Nevia.
Yeah, Nevia.
Let me finish this. I got to find that. Hold on.
Right? Everybody says I want a Bonnie and Clyde. Well, you know, Bonnie had to have some masculine energy in order
Thank
to do
you.
what she did. I want to
Hello.
ride or die chick. Okay, you want that girl? Well, she has to have some masculine energy and knows where to pull from it. Okay? Then what else we hear? Oh, my daughter. Yeah, see, y'all listen to April Mason and her own daughter is divorced. You absolutely right. And for my followers, so this information here is for my new babies. Those that follow me, they know this information. That's why I be quiet and peaceful, and we be over here
April's
in our
divorced.
bag and in our love lives, and we making things happen over here because I don't have to explain this. But since we have some new people, let me explain it. Yes, my daughter is divorced, and my daughter is divorced because she went against what her mother told her to do. Her mother told her not to marry what they call a dusty, right? So, you know, people use that. See, if what she worked, her daughter would have listened to it. Anybody that know have children, they know your kids don't always listen to you. And I told her, I said, look at all of these rings that my clients have. Look at all of these engagements that they have. Look at all of these when we got a board full of women that have been married, that have taken my courses and taken, coach with me, that are now married, engaged, or dating better men. And you mean to tell me you gonna go against your mama? Well, she did. So much so, I tried to be supportive. I said, okay, but I couldn't be supportive because she married a male. My daughter bought her house at 21. He moved into her house. He got custody of his daughter because my daughter provided a stable
Some in the
roof
bushes.
over her head. His daughter
I got you,
still calls
Nicole.
her mommy because she raised that little girl, right? And I still consider her my granddaughter. She bought her car off the showroom floor. He tore it up. And I'm like, this is what you want, right? This is what you want. Well, mama, you know, he's trying. I don't give a damn. We don't deal with males who are trying. We deal with men who are producing. Maybe not at his top level, but he's already in what he's doing. She didn't want to hear that, right? But I was still trying. Now, she was using the things that I was teaching her about femininity. She just chose the destiny to use them on. So everything that I was teaching her worked, which is why it lasted as long as it did. So I was trying to be supportive. Bought the wedding dress and everything. And I was like, okay, try to be supportive. But the more I seen, the more I couldn't. Because I told her, leave the males alone. I'm teaching you how to be a woman, and you still got some of the remnants of what your mother was back in the day. Because let me tell you something. And my audience, they know this. My mother married someone that did not appreciate her. I turned around because I still had not deprogrammed in my 20s and married someone just like my stepfather. Well, by the time I got on my journey to becoming a better woman, my daughter, she got my financial wisdom. She got my success wisdom, but she was She had not picked up my success in men wisdom at that time. So she married someone like my
Oh, your
ex-husband, and I was
success
telling
in
her,
men.
no, she, well, he ain't him. Yes,
You
he
ain't had
is. So
sugar,
much so.
sugar.
Huh?
She said
I
she
took the
had
wedding dress
success
back
with
and
men, but she just said that she didn't choose the right man.
Her daughter.
No, no, she said she did. She said she did.
Oh, y'all gotta keep me up. Keep me up. Keep.
Yeah, no, no, sugar. So basically, she was just talking about she was implementing to the fact that she had messed up, and also her daughter did. But then she just came back on that point. It was just like, well, my daughter didn't listen to what I told her, and I was just like, hold up,
Now
y'all
that
both divorced, huh?
mm, I heard that part.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like, come on, April, make it make sense. But go ahead,
Heard the part. She said she married a donkey.
Nicole. Nicole, am I bugging? I know I'm not bugging. Please tell me in the chat, am I bugging? Miss Rod, please let me know.
She said she make a hamburger helper. She make her hamburger helper.
Please let me know. I know I heard what I heard.
I did not attend the wedding. So when I say I stand by what I teach about being a woman, even down to my own daughter, I will not be at your wedding. Give me the dress back too. You will not walk down the aisle on anything that I put my name or my money on. So much so, I rolled that way. I didn't talk to my daughter for really pretty much about 3 months. I don't play no games. To the point, I had a friend during that time. We had been friends about 10 years. And I lost a friend because she did not understand as a mother. I see the foolishness that she's about to get into, and I'm going to have to clean up the damn mess. But I lost a friend because that friend was April. Well, he's trying. I don't give a damn. We don't fool with males that are trying. Not my child does it. And I won't support it. Yes, I got my grandkids out of it. You know, I love them. And my daughter has elevated to where she has an amazing man now. What I was trying to tell you to become so you can get that. He's a single father. She's a single mom. Boom. Amazing relationship. A man's man, a protector, a provider. I watch how he is with his boys, and I watch how he is with my grandkids. This is what I was trying to teach you. And he said, Miss April, whatever you've taught your daughter, for her to be 10 years younger than me, she's very mature, a lot more mature than I am.
Oh,
So he
she
pay
got
homage
her
every
own
time he
money.
see me, bring me gifts, because I don't know what you did. I said, baby, my daughter finally decided to listen to me. So going back, I'm so savage with what it is that I do and what I believe. Not only did I not go to my daughter's wedding, I took the wedding dress back, and I lost a friend who was riding with my daughter and still advising her to marry this man. I don't fool with her no more, because you had my daughter's ear, and you could have spoke to her what I couldn't get through to her. But when you're used to having a Build-A-Bear and always want to give somebody an opportunity to F up your life, of course you're not going to do that. So when I say I cut it all off, even it hurt my feelings to not be able to be in communion with my grandkids. At that time, my grandson was y'all know, for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know Charlie used to be on all my lives because he was always my baby. And so I always had him. I had to sacrifice not seeing my grandson for about 3 months to hold my ground. I do not appreciate this. He ain't him. Did my brother, my son-in-law, ex-son-in-law hear me talking about him? Absolutely he did. Because you's a dusty. And you saw an opportunity, and my daughter's naivety at the time, and you moved in her house. Every time I would go by, something was broke. I said, this is what you want? Every time something went down, I'm buying new stoves. I'm buying new appliances, washers and dryer. I go by the house, instead of him dumping it, where was it at? It was in the front yard. An old washer and dryer in the front yard for months at your house that you bought because you chose to go against your mama and not vet men properly. So when people have her daughter's divorce, you're absolutely right, because she didn't listen. When you don't listen, this is what happens. So I wanted to ask, to answer the question, is April Mason a chameleon? No. April Mason is a woman that embraces all her femininity, which is the softer side,
Yep.
which
I
is
agree.
also the dark side,
Yep.
which every one of you ladies should be doing. Fellas, you need to learn what a feminine woman is, not a feminine looking woman. That's why so many of you keep getting duped. Because it's easy for a woman to look feminine, just like it's easy for a man
Thank
to
you.
look like a man. But I can always tell when I'm in the presence of men versus males, even if they look like a man, even if they have the deep voice like this, and I can all my energy will tell me beforehand. This is why I tell you to get inside your body. Everybody wants to know why she got a stripper pole. Y'all think that stripper pole is for me to get up on the pole? I can't even get on the pole. I'm gonna tell y'all what the stripper pole is about.
What?
Most women do not know how to feel inside of their body. You ask them how they feel, they really don't
I'm gonna
know.
get me a
That's why
stripper
people say, "Oh, I'm
pole,
fine."
alien.
My pole in my
I don't
bedroom
think you should.
is to ensure that I stay in my sensual energy so that I feel every single day.
Oh, I'm gonna get me
So
a
I'll
stripper
throw
pole.
on some music and
Her
I'll
ass
put on
is
something
bugged
really
out.
cute and I will dance around the pole
I'm
and
gonna
I will
dance around the
sway
pole, baby.
my hips
I'm gonna
because the
sway.
rhythm is in your
Yeah.
hips,
Yes,
right?
I'm getting a stripper
And
pole
from
tomorrow.
there, I'm able to feel what's going on inside of me. Y'all think it's about getting on the pole shaking something. That's male and
No,
It really is though. You wild.
I'm getting a stripper pole tomorrow. Damn it.
Look, I'll
Hold
give it to her. Look,
this,
look,
hold this down. I'm gonna order one right now.
look. I give it to her. You feel me? If she was like 23, 24, 25, I'll give it to her.
Shut up. I can still move. Stop it.
No, 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 no. I know, no,
Hey, these
no, no, look. No, it's just the fact that you feel me. You're around that age, getting the stripper pole. It just makes you look wrong. You
it can
feel me?
make me
Like,
look whatever. I'm matter you holding down the rest of this 15. I'm gonna call him for a stripper pole right now. I'm calling for a stripper pole right now. God damn it! Tell me, don't tell me when you walk into the lion's den, baby.
she said she got a stripper pole.
I'm
Mm,
getting me a stripper pole. God damn it!
slide up and down.
I'm gonna order that sucker down. Damn it!
Mm. Now you do gotta have fun though. I
No,
do
she
agree to
threw
that.
me off. Something else I wanted to say, but when she said the stripper pole, it threw me off. But she threw me. I wanted to say something else. She was saying, I'm gonna have to rewind it a little, just a tad. Because when she said stripper pole, I'm like, well, all right.
Guys, better be careful.
Don't worry about all that. I'm gonna have some pillows on the ground. Don't worry about all that. I got this, alien. I got this.
all
Come.
I look, all I know, what else to say? Yo, Nicole, one thing I know, if she fall, woo,
Well, if I fall, I always say, if I fall, leave me there. Do not call the ambulance. Call the fire department. Because I want them
that's
to pick me.
fire,
I want them to pick me up. Okay.
fire department.
Fire department. I want because them some sexy firemen. You ain't know them
Oh
sexy.
yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah.
sexy men in that fireman
Them
suit.
niggas is built.
Woo! Yes, Lord. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Y'all men have to take, and I always got to go back to the elements. Y'all don't want to believe in the elements, but the elements are there. Air and fire are masculine energy. Water and earth is feminine energy. You cannot take that away from them. That's the way fire signs and air signs are programmed.
Mm.
You're not going to always get 100% femininity out of them. And if you do, they're miserable, especially a fire sign. Fire signs are meant to burn through things. That's why they call it fire. So
Mm.
imagine if somebody is not letting you be what you naturally are. You can still be feminine, but I'm still fire. I have to burn through shit. So a lot of people, they need to always put certain things in perspective. Oh god damn, this bitch is a Leo, or she's a Aries, or she's a Sagittarius. That's masculine energy. Can I deal with this? Can I deal with Nicki Minaj being straight feminine and say wow wow like a thunder dragon?
Mhm, mhm.
Can you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Can you deal with Nikki? I'm just using Nikki because she shows the different sides very well. Can you deal with that?
Oof.
Can you deal with the Aries woman not paying you no fucking mind and doing what the fuck they want to do? Can you deal with that? And a lot of people don't bring them elements into to they don't bring that. And a lot of people don't think about that before they get in relationships. They don't realize the traits, and you got to find out, okay, I know these are your traits, but I got to see, do you show me these traits? Because I don't know if I can deal with it, but maybe you're not going to act like this. So let me see. But if you do this, I'm not going to be shocked because I know your traits. You cannot take the fish out of the water because it makes you comfortable. You got to let them go. And then you can't take a feminine energy, which would be earth and water. You can't take them because they're not aggressive as a masculine sign, but that don't mean they won't pop you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
That doesn't mean they will pop the shit out of you. Now you got some holes up in your ass. I told you leave them damn water signs alone. They done got your ass. So that because somebody's not aggressive, that doesn't mean they ain't carrying and they won't and they're not scared. You mess with their feelings and emotions if you want to. They may not be aggressive, but fuck with their feelings, especially a water sign. Fuck with their feelings if you want to. Especially them crying ass Capricorns. They be crying, but they'll shoot the shit out you while they're crying. So people have to take that in perspective. I'm masculine by nature. That doesn't mean we don't know how to be feminine. And that doesn't mean because you're not aggressive. That doesn't mean you're not going to take care of business. See, people, these gurus, they need. If you're going to be a guru, you got to learn all this stuff. You have to learn all. Cause what you're saying doesn't work for everybody.
Women, to me though, I'm not gonna lie. I think a big point that a lot of guys don't want to accept. I just feel like a lot of women, they have shifted, they have changed, and I think a lot of guys don't want to acknowledge that, or I guess they don't want to accept that. In my opinion, they don't want to accept that women have just naturally changed over the years. They have.
We really have. And like I said the other day, I said, regardless of how much a woman has changed, they have to live with the consequences of their choices. You understand? It's okay if you want to be successful. Nothing is wrong with that. But when you reach a certain age, then you have to deal with the consequences. I have no family, no children. And the same rule apply. If you have your kids young, that's your choice. Then you have to deal with that and say, hey, I didn't have a whole lot of life. I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, but I'm stuck home with kids. Everything you do have consequences.
Yeah.
So we can't make them bad, we can't make them good. It's whatever choice you choose to make. But there are consequences. And then, but the worst thing is the one who never done anything with their lives. Them are the ones who end up on Xanax and anxiety pills, and them the ones that take them depression pills because you can't go back in time and throw no skates on. That's for the early youth. You know what I'm saying? When you hear people get around together and they telling these outlandish stories, and all you can say is, "Well, I was a good mother. I was a good mother." And you after a while, you get tired of saying that shit. You want something else to say. And you get to hear all these experiences which you never experienced. Then your kids go off to college and then you stuck. So you gotta find a middle. Like, okay, fuck it. We gonna come on, kid. We gonna skate together. Shit. I want to skate and I'm still young. Throw your skates on. Let's go. Shit. You gotta learn how to work. You gotta learn how to work it. But It's like I said, both is a decision. You want to be a stay-at-home mom, or do you want the school running your kids? Like that's what everything is a choice, and everything has a consequence. So you can't say which one is wrong, which one is right. 'Cause at the end, both of them are going to be complaining about what they did. At the end of the day, both will be complaining. Or maybe I shouldn't have been partying so much. I should have had my ass to school. And then the other one was I should have partied instead of keeping my neck staying in these goddamn books. Now I don't have no experiences. All I did was read books and became a so so I think them are the type of discussions that I like. Them are the type of people I would like to help. The people who's is in that crossroad.
Well,
Female low level,
What you were saying,
no,
nephew?
no, you good, you good.
low vibrational thinking. I need y'all to rise up, and I try to provide you with content and resources that can help you do just that. So, ladies, if you don't know how to feel anymore and you are always unbothered, even if you don't get a pole in your home, put on something cute. Put on some cute little leggings, maybe a little sports bra if you have one. Put on some sensual music and just start moving around. What you'll find is that you will start tapping into your emotions. I've had women tell me, Miss April, I broke down crying just from dancing because you're in the moment, because you're in tune with your body, because right in that time you are letting everything go, and as you're releasing it all, it can feel like a flood. So the stripper pole ain't got nothing to do with no man. It ain't got nothing to do with sex. It has everything to do with helping, using as a tool to help women get back into their sensuality. Because when you in the store, what you doing? You walking fast. You don't
Yep.
feel nothing. You're always
Yep.
thinking. That's
That
the
part is
problem
true.
with women today. They don't feel anymore. They think about everything. That's the
That is
problem,
so true. Oh
to the
my
point you
God.
you thinking so much that you can't even identify a male from a man because you're not in your feminine intuition.
Oh my God. She is so right.
Mm. She
She
does have a solid point.
she is so right. That really does take women, unless they have the type of job and you're a boss and you have to wear like feminine clothes. You got a lot of women now. That's like me. I did EMS, so I had a uniform on. So I'm not feeling feminine. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, the jobs that we want and is taking us out of being feminine, or just constantly thinking is taking us out of our feminine. Having kids take us out of our. It's so many different things that take you out of being feminine. Even if you are a little overweight, that takes you out of being feminine too. Cause now, not me. I embrace all of this.
Mm.
Once, once these legs can't move no more, then but they can still move. As long as they can still move, we good to go. But then again, you find somebody that's compatible to you. You want that's what I say. Pick people your own age. Because even though these older men, yeah, you could get these young girls. But to be truthful and honestly, unless you got the blue pill and stuff, they not happy with your ass. I hate to tell you. They not happy. They want their back blown out, god damn it. They don't want to sit there and ride your ass all day and night, okay? I'm gonna tell you the God honest truth. Cause your back and stuff is out because you out of age. You want a girl to sit on you and rock your world. No, they want their back blown the fuck out. So they're with you, older men, but they're not happy with you. They want that bang bang bang. My love go bang bang bang. They want some bang bang banging, baby. They want somebody rocking, knocking the boots, baby.
Yep.
So that because you were a younger woman, believe me, B, what's going on through her head is damn. I got to keep stopping and putting it back in. Fuck. Uh, talking about he tired. Oh, I'm ready for round two. This motherfucker out like a light. Hey, people, if y'all like to tell us the brutal, honest truth, I got to tell y'all the brutal, honest truth too. But go
Yeah.
on that woman head, like, damn, I got to finish myself. Where my toy at? Shit, fuck. I got to finish myself. Then you wake up, good morning, honey. How are you? He like, hello, darling. He's still thinking he's a man, but not knowing she had to finish herself off and shit. She went and took a shower and did what she had to do. But they ain't happy with your old asses neither. The same way. We ain't you thinking you looking all good because you got that young girl. She miserable. I'm telling you.
Mm,
I'm
no,
telling you.
you're
So
all
you
right about that though. I ain't gonna lie.
huh?
I already told you about that. How I feel about that.
But what?
About not just older guys dating younger women. Even though I feel like younger women are pretty much like everything what a man wants. I'm not gonna lie, what a man envisions.
But
But
he's not everything she wants, even with the money, the
yeah,
clothes, and everything else. Because at the end of the day, when them lights cut off, money is not an issue. It's just you and it's me, and I am not satisfied.
yeah,
Now you cut the lights on, we can look good. Hey, we look good. Click, click, snap a picture. But when them lights are out, damn it, I want some action.
yeah. But they, I ain't gonna lie, so many women they be cheating or whatever, so they be good, even though they be in those relationships for money or
They
whatever the case
have
may
to.
be. They be cheating, so they be good at the end of the day. They
Yeah,
be
but
alright.
but but stop thinking that, older women gotta realize, well, we always knew shit. We don't care about you. We really don't care about you taking the older man because we want our back blown out. We're gonna become the cougars because sex get better for a woman after 40. It gets better.
Hmm.
So you take the young girls, we take the young men, or we take the men that's younger. Let me say it correct. We take the men that's younger. Y'all take the women that's younger. So she'll sit up there and ride you to death, and he'll sit up there and blow the back out.
Yeah, yeah,
Even exchange, no robbery.
yeah.
So we're gonna call it like a TIE is.
Even exchange.
To be able to let your energy feel it before your thoughts. See, your energy will know a thing is a thing before it catches up with your mind. For instance, when I was at the Boss Up conference, I was in a room full of men and I was so floaty. It was so light. To this day, everybody's talking about you were just so like you belong there. I felt like the princess being taken care of, and then here come then my queen energy when it kicked in. I felt like the queen. I was taken care of. The men were there making sure I was straight. Did you eat? Are you called? It was wonderful because I was in the room with men. However, I've been in the room with males before, and my energy was like this: protect your femininity. Everybody does not deserve it. And there's levels to it, right? When I was in that Boss Up conference room, it was just, you couldn't tell by to tell me it wasn't just about me. And I was just a floating. They're like, April, you going in all the different rooms. You over here. You and Rose, y'all having a good time. You and this one having a good time. Yes, it was just free. And a woman's body will know that. We also will know when we're not safe. And it's sad, but in today's time, women, we are not safe because we are amongst males, because there's a lack of men that are building communities. How do we know this? Look at the community. Look at the community. Look at the nature of how what's supposed to be men functions. Example, when there's a disjustice in the Black community, what do? They burn down their own communities. Men wouldn't do that. That's males throwing tantrums. If a man is going to do that, they're going to go to their enemy's camp and do that. However, males are ran by their enemy. Colonel
Men are
Boyd
too.
said, if I can
Men are
control your
too.
perception,
What are
I
you
can
talking about?
control you.
So all men
So, ladies, you must
control
understand what you are dealing
what?
with and stop
What in the
complaining
world?
about these males and level yourself up. And so you can identify men. There's wonderful men out here. Fellas, You gotta
Men
take
are
your
reigning
glasses off
too.
because there's
That's
wonderful women
false.
out
Don't
here.
ever
But if
think that
you are
all
addicted
men
to
are in
complaining
control of
about
each
the
other.
opposite
That's
sex,
false.
you need to go to therapy. If you spend your time consuming information that's not going to help you in your love life, it's not going to help you in your finances, not going to help you in your family, your happiness, you have a psychological issue
I see
that
why.
needs to be
I see why
addressed. Doesn't mean
women
you're a bad
went off
person.
on her
It just means that you
because she
want to
talks in
stay
lanes. Like she
stuck.
don't talk
Start
completely.
curating your content that you watch, because what you watch is an indicator of what you resonate with. And if you
Like it
resonate
sounds good,
with low vibrational
but
content,
it's
because
just
you got to
low vibration.
remember,
That's what
a
it
lot of
is.
these content creators only make their money, a lot of them talking about Black women. So you got to remember, you got to look at it from a different point of view.
They're not talking about black women. They're talking
If
about the
you take
actual
the negative
situation of life.
connotation away from them about Black women, they have nothing to talk about. So once again, as Black women, we're putting food in their mouth while we're trying to get the males off our back. It's like, get off the titty. We're trying to go find something else. Leave us alone, because at the end of the day, you hate us, but you want to talk about us. But that means we're still feeding you. And this is what we've been trying to get rid of for a very
No,
long time.
we just
Go
don't
find
like.
something else to do that does not
Kevin doesn't
involve
hate
us to
black
prove
women. He
that you're
just
not a
doesn't like
male,
what black women have
but you're a
turned
man.
into.
Because men are out here
What's the
going to
difference?
therapy. Men are out here evolving spiritually. Men are out here building their legacies. Men are out here working out, getting their health together. Men are out here doing what needs to be done. They're not sitting on the internet. So anytime you have a barrage of males on the internet discussing women, you're dealing with vagina energy, because men, it doesn't happen. A friend of mine told me, he said, babe, listen. He said, women on the internet complain about why Black men don't come to their rescue on the internet. He said, babe, I got to tell you. I said, what's that, honey? We're not on the internet. And I said, He said, think about it. He said, if it wasn't for my business, honey, I would not be on the internet. He said, so while women are wondering where are the men in droves coming to the rescue, he said, we are not on the internet. We're actually in the community. We're making things happen. We're protecting and providing in the community. We don't have time to be on the internet. That changed my perspective. And he told me this about maybe a year or so ago. I said, you're right. He said, so it's not that we're not there. It's what you're looking for. You're looking for it to come from males, and it
This
doesn't happen.
first of all, there's
So
plenty of
fellas,
healthy black
listen
men
to this.
on the internet. That's
If
first
you
off.
are still complaining about women, baby, let me help you. Become a man that a woman would want to submit to. If you ever
Women don't want to
are
submit naturally.
talking
This is
about
not
or
about
having
you becoming
conversations with
a
other
man or
males
getting a
about
certain
women
amount of
not
money.
wanting to submit, you
Women
don't know
don't want
how
to
to be
submit
the proper
naturally. This
leader.
has nothing to do with a man.
Men do not complain about women not submitting to them because they know how to choose women that can honor and respect their leadership.
And men, I know plenty of men with money that will
Okay.
tell you that off
Women
rip.
don't complain about men that can't take the lead or want them to go to 50-50, or they complain they don't want, bigger women. They don't want women that are this age. No, you go and become a better woman and choose men that are in alignment with who you are as a woman. All of this complaining is just because
Where's your
people are
man
addicted
though?
to complaining, and it
I want
takes
to know where's
away
her man.
from them doing the work. So when I decided to write this book, Identity Switch, which comes out December 31st. Tell you where that came about before I get out of here. I got to meet with some clients, got to get to work. But the reason why that book came about is because I'm better served helping men and women in the area of switching their identity. When men and women come to me with their complaints,
Identity.
I start looking at what the theme has always been. And the theme has always been they're complaining because they have not become the man or woman that can attract and keep what it is that they want. That's what this is all about. That's what this Identity Switch 2022 movement is all about. And although the book is for women, fellas, you can read it as well too, or you can listen to the concept of it and apply it to yourself. If you're not getting the job, if you're not getting the woman, if you're not getting the opportunity, if you're not getting whatever it is that you want, it's because of your current identity. Do good women and men exist? Yes. It's like buying a new car. When I had my BMW, I didn't realize everybody in my neighborhood had a BMW. When I got my Tesla, I'm like, dang, it's Teslas all over the place. Why? I made an identity switch with my car and I start seeing things differently. So if you want to consume content that's going to keep being low vibrational, it's going to keep you upset. It's going to keep you frazzled. This is why I don't watch the news. I don't watch gossip stuff. That's not what I consume because it's like, no, there is a different side of life. But
But you
April,
do
you don't know my
gossip.
situation. I don't need
What
to
in
know
the
your
world?
situation. What I do know is that
You
you're
don't
great.
watch gossip stuff,
What I
but you
do know is
gossip.
that you have it in you to become somebody better. What I do know is that regardless if mama was there, daddy was there, if you dealt with abandonment, rejection, if you was in foster care, if you was adopted, if whatever, you are better than that. You, yeah, you're better than that. Your circumstances do not make you. However, if you stay in the low vibration of your circumstances, you will always see exactly where you are. So if you think you're great, you are. If you don't think you're great, you are. I'm trying to help you make an identity switch so that you can see the greatness and you can move forward and stop making excuses. But these men don't, but these women don't. Hogwash. There is somebody for you if you want that. But who wants to deal with somebody who looks at themselves as average? You will take your time and fill out your resume. Redo your
April
resume so
Mason.
it's attractive
Look,
to your
look, April
potential
Mason.
employer.
You're
So why
average.
won't you do that
Most people are
in your
average.
love life instead of
Why do you
complaining
think
and
all these
fighting to
people
be
are
average?
exceptional? Where's all
You
these
ladies out here fighting to be strong, but you want somebody
exceptional
man to come
people
on and
are
take
in Hollywood?
the burdens off your back.
That's a tiny
Why
percentage of
should
people.
he? Why should he? You proving that you got it,
90%
right?
of men are average. What in the world is
So I
wrong with
want you
you?
to understand it's very, very important for you to take ownership
You think
of
most
who
men
you
ain't
are and what you
average?
want. I heard something about 2, 3 weeks ago that really stayed with me and kind of
That
shook me. I
sounds
did a whole
ridiculous.
video on it last week on my
Most men is
Instagram.
not
It's
average.
it's called "What
I
Are
mean,
You
most
Wasting
men
Your
are
Salt
average.
On?" Hmm? Sand. Yes. What are you wasting your sand on? And what that means is, I heard Bob Proctor tell a story about the hourglass, and he said that you never know when your sand is going to run out. And he said his grandmother's sand ran out at 94, right? When his childhood friend's sand ran out at 16, he had a freak accident. We don't know when our sand is going to run out. Are you leaving a legacy for your children? And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about your love legacy. The reason why we have these so many damaged males and females is because of the blueprint on love that our parents have passed down, that were passed down to him. Will you show your daughters what a man is supposed to be to them? Will you show your sons what it
Nicole,
feels like to
you
be
know,
respected? Your
as I
love
listen to
story is
her,
not for you.
the only
The
thing I'm
only way
asking
we can
myself is
combat
like,
this old
I just
uh,
hope
male,
that you're
female,
married because
just low vibrational energy
I
is to
feel like
show them
everything that you're
something different.
saying
So when will you
sounds
stop
good, but
complaining
it don't
and
add up.
consuming
Like I've been
information
listening to her
that
for like the
will
past
cause you to
20 minutes,
stay in
and I
that low
feel like
vibrational place? People just making money
for a
off of your
woman and
sadness.
even
They're
for a
making
man,
money off of your
you can't
insecurity. They're
win. Like,
making
what is
money
she
off of you
saying?
needing validation from them. When will you stop that and say, at any given moment, my sand can run out and I could die? What am I leaving my children?
I think we're unique because now, as you can see, we are in a studio atmosphere. We're not in a remote atmosphere anymore. But then how do we kind of continue to use StreamYard is pretty much every show we have has a remote guest in. So we bring our remote guests through StreamYards. We have virtual events
Yeah, but
still
no,
with
no,
all
I'm
of our
talking
season
about like
ticket holders and
real
our VIP clients. All
content
that is going to be
creators,
produced
women like
through
her.
StreamYard.
You understand?
And we
Women
have
like Oprah.
podcasts, which have
Like I
guests
just
from
feel like
any
if you're at
location
that
will come
point in
through via
life,
StreamYard.
you have
But
to
for
be
us, I
married.
mean,
Just like
uh,
everybody. That's
I
why
have a feeling
everybody
this is why we're
highly
on
respected
a stream like this
Michelle
with you
Obama
guys for
because she
StreamYard
was
Business,
married.
but we
I can
are
go down the list
extremely
of married
happy with
women that
everything we've been able
people
to do
highly
with StreamYard.
respect just off of the simple fact that they're married. You understand? But this is not to look at single women no kind of way, but I just feel like you gotta have evidence. You can't talk to women about marriage if you're not married. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. That's insane. Like when you just like literally sit down and think about it and look at it for what it is. How you gonna tell me about something you ain't do or something you failed at? How you gonna tell me about that? And then give me a healthy outcome when you didn't have a healthy outcome. You understand? Like, and it's not to me. I don't even want to look at her no kind of way because I feel like she does have some good points, but I feel like she says a whole bunch of points that add up to nothing. Like I literally, Nicole, been sitting here listening to her for 20 minutes, and I feel like her conclusion is nothing. Like I can't tell you what she really meant out of everything. Like, what did she mean? Like, I mean, for the most part, I like to hear everybody out because I feel like that's the kind of person you have to be in this world. In this world of being a researcher or just looking at things for what they are. You gotta hear everybody points out. But sometimes when you hear some people logic, it's like, okay, that's what you're selling people, and then you think about it logically, like, wow, I can see how you getting people because you have a lot of good points, but it's no real like there's nothing tangible. There's nothing you can really hold on to. It's just a whole bunch of things that you're out there searching for, and you're just reaching and reaching and reaching type shit. And
When
that's
you
why
say,
she
Miss
keeps
April,
you
I'm too old. No, age ain't got nothing to do
coming
with
in.
it. Age is nothing but a number. If you want to have children, then go find a woman that want to have your babies. But if you don't want to have children, find somebody that's just like you that didn't have their children. Their spouse might have passed away, or they might have got a divorce, and now y'all can go live a wonderful life together. All right. Stop it with the limitations and the BS. Stop it with trying to
Everything
put
has limitations.
your definition of what a feminine woman should be. Like I said, mine is refined hood because I can be as girly as I want to, which is my home and my office. It represents that. But I can be about that life too if I need to. And it doesn't take away a woman's femininity. She's only not feminine when males cannot run over her. It's only not feminine when who she is
No,
requires average males to rise up when they're not trying to rise up, right?
most
And
men
ladies, it
are
goes the same
average.
thing for you. Stop complaining about these
Yo,
males when you're not
yo,
ready or willing
Nicole,
to become a better
she
woman
gets me
and make an
so mad
identity
when she
switch.
says that
That's where your
because
complaints are coming from. Miss April,
most
but you don't know
men
what he did
will
because you're
always
dealing with
be
a male.
average.
You don't know how to
It
pick a
doesn't
man
matter
yet.
how much you
You
keep
don't know
on
what she
pushing
did
it.
because
Oh, I
you're
want
dealing with a
men not to
female.
be
You don't know how to
average.
pick a
Most
woman
men
yet.
will always be
Learn
average.
those.
It's only going to be a select few men that's going to go out there and really rise above other men. That's always going to be a select few, just like it's always going to be a select few of really attractive women that actually get chosen by the top tier
Oh,
men. Huh?
you got to keep holding it down, bro. These phone calls is very important.
I bet. I got you. I got you. I got you.
All
So,
right.
but then,
So,
no, I got you. I got you. But the point is that Nicole, you can't be out there shouting, "Oh, I need to encourage more average men to be better." That's not the point. The point is that even if you encourage them to be better, it's still going to be a select few of men that actually get to the top and actually make it and actually are sustained in that top. Like don't to me, I feel like she's painting this, Disneyland, you know, future where, any man could just be, a high value man. And I just feel like that's wrong. That's first off. Second of all, you got to take into the account that a lot of women, like, I hate when she says, if a woman's, a little overweight, that she shouldn't deal with that man, or she should, pretty much um look at, other people. We gotta acknowledge the fact that, 85% of our women, I'm just talking about black women, are overweight. And it's never been to that ratio. And I think that's something that we have to express and talk about more. Because why that is a big problem is because naturally I don't think most men like BBWs. And for us to make this the notion or the narrative of our society is a problem because it never was. So the point of this conversation is that when she allude to the fact that, oh, you should stop dealing with a man, or you should walk away from him, or you should go get other guys, I just think that's the wrong notion to tell women, because now you're just telling women to be used. Because of course guys gonna deal with BBWs, but they gonna deal with BBWs on their own timing. And that's what I like to express on my channel, that, and even in my, I could just tell you millions of stories even from my experience. Most BBWs, if not all, most of them just get used and abused. And the point of this conversation is that when you tell these BBWs just to go out there and sleep with who you want to sleep with, do whatever you want to do, that's just sending them to a death trap. And I hate to allude to my mother's story and how she ended up, but a lot of women gonna end up like my mother. And that's just the point, because you can't teach a woman to have some kind of illusion of a fun when life is real. It's things happening really in life. So
Can you please give
I
me
just
a
think that's really wrong.
817-819.
But no, 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 Nicole, we talking about for marriage. You know,
817-819.
Friday and Saturday night, Sunday night, we could all have fun. You feel me? But we talking about a man really cherishing you, really buying you stuff and taking care of you and making sure that your life is going well. He's not looking for a BBW in that aspect. Like, to have fun, I could look, we could call 10, 20, 30 guys right now that would tell you, yeah, I'll sleep with a BBW all day. But am I moving her into my house? Am I going to have a whole bunch of kids with her? Am I going to make sure she got health insurance, life insurance? You understand? So for
They
me,
do like the BBWs. Hello, Stu of Art. I don't know what the heck is going on. My co-host been holding it down. My co-host, I thank him, and I thank him. I'm gonna let him finish what he's saying. I just wanted to acknowledge the people that came in the room, co-host. I
what's
ain't
up,
gonna
Stu?
cut you off, but I have to let them know. Thank you for coming up in here.
Yeah, but back to April, Mason. I think she does have a lot of good points, but I think she's sending a lot of women down rabbit holes, and I understand why all those women was disrespecting her and sending her threats and whatever the may, have you happening. And I just fully understand why, because I'm not gonna lie, like when she first talked about it, I was just like, why is a whole bunch of women threatening you? Like, what in the world? But me, I don't deal with all that gossip. He said, she said. I don't deal with all that. I live in real life. Like I'm like a real scientist. Like I care about science. So for me, when I seen it, I just brushed over it. But when she just broke down all those points and her teaching methods and how she look at life, I could see why they mad at her. She's a joke. She's literally just telling you things and sending you down rabbit holes for you to only to come back to say, uh, so what does that mean? And so you sent me over here. What does that mean? Literally. I can see why they're mad. That's her technique. She send you down rabbit holes, and you still have to be looking for the answer. But you think you think you're going somewhere or doing something because she sent you somewhere, and you think that's doing something.
I mean, I kind of agree with a lot that she said. So,
But it's not getting you nowhere. That's the point.
but I still felt good about a lot of things that she said. You know, but remember, you male perspective, I'm female perspective. But I still agree with a lot of things that you said. I can't honestly say I was on mute, right? So so I don't have an argument. So it's whatever my co-host said.
Right, Stu. Nah,
it's,
Stu.
it's whatever he said for now.
Look, Stu, what you're saying, you
Oh
are
my
really right.
God.
Most people don't be wanting the top tier person. A lot of people do be wanting average people. But I
I ain't
think
average.
I think we have built a society where uh uh just basically this hookup culture where you you got to get your best option. And you understand? And that's not real life. That's like me walking outside right now saying, "Oh, I'm going to get the best girl sexually possible." That's just not reality. I mean, I may want that, just like a woman may walk outside and say, "Oh, I want the tallest, most athletic, jumpingest, strongest man I can
And
find."
Skippy, and I made sure I got it because
That's not real, though.
it's
That's
real to
cute.
me.
it's
It's not
it,
cute. My son, because listen, women, they think about having sons, and they want sons that could grow up to be men. So no, we don't want them shorters, but some settle for shorters. Listen, we same thing. You guys don't have to settle for certain things. We don't have to settle for.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do. I agree. Yeah.
Y'all don't want the big women. We don't want the short men. Because we think their thing consists of being short and fat, and we want something long and sturdy. We want them to be endowed.
Nah, look, we do be loving the BBWs. We just hate to keep them. I speak for all men
Yeah,
when I say that.
but they always end up creeping with them and leave them with babies. Come on, stop
Yeah,
now.
that's
Stop
a
it.
fact. That is a fact. I agree.
How many big girls you like? What the? How the? Who did this?
Yeah, she said, "Who did this?" That's a fact.
So no man wants to. Yeah, men want them BBW. First of all, it depends. To me, it depends on if a man is in reality or if a man wants to um, act like he's a high value man. So then you need a trophy. Just like that man Jesse something when he had a she wasn't big, but she was natural when he first got on Grey's Anatomy. So he loved her natural beauty, but the minute he got into Hollywood, now he want this type of woman, that type of woman. So she got ostracized just because her hair is natural and she was natural, no makeup. But all that was good when he didn't have nothing and he was making them babies from her. But then all now he want now he making money. So the same rule apply for the BB women is they don't want the natural women no more. They don't want the BB woman no more. You know, they want the makeup woman, the fake boobs, the fake. They don't want nothing real. And yet,
I
because
mean,
you're not a BB woman, that doesn't mean you didn't get help to become skinny.
uh, no, no, no. But hold on, let me just answer Stu real quick. Stu, it's not the fact that we don't want a wife that you got to look at like this from this perspective, real quick, Stu. Would you date a man that you felt like was depreciating?
Oh,
That's how you got to look at it. That's
but
how
I
men
don't.
look at it. It's not look,
But
Stu.
why
It's
you
not.
don't help her lose weight? But I'm saying weight is to be lost.
That's not. No, that's not my responsibility.
It's
I mean,
not if that's your woman. A
yeah,
lot
but
but a lot of things she do for you is not her responsibility neither, but y'all together.
yeah, but it's women out there that are disciplined. What about them? I just look over them because you think I'm your motivation,
Why not? Why not?
but
I'm your
that's wrong.
motivation.
No, that's
But
wrong.
I'm
I
your
think that's wrong.
motivation. If I'm your listen, we in it together. We either in it together or we not.
So you
It,
got to be prepared for me before I come to the table.
listen,
I'm prepared for you.
listen. People
I'm
could
what you want.
like what they want to like, but weight is to be lost. If that's your main thing, like the weight stays there forever, then. But my thing, if you got a man saying, "Baby, you could do this. Come on, let's go jog together. Let's go do this together," because when she does decide to do it on her own, and then you do see how she look, now you want her. No, no.
But look, but
Same way
Stu,
with men. Except for men, well, you can't grow a penis, but at least I can get smaller. Damn if you can get bigger. But hold up now. Shoot. But I'm saying we either in this together or we not. You know, I could be that. A lot of women I think women are beautiful. And for a man to not to think that some women, you gotta remember some women take medicine, some got fibroid problems, certain things that make a woman big is not just food. So how would you feel like you're big and you can't help it and oh now I'm not loved or you know what I'm saying we in it together, we in it together. That's why that's what life's supposed to be. When we get old, I take care of you, you take care of me. But why do we gotta wait till we get old to take care of each other when we supposed to be taking care of each other from the get go? When I'm weak, you strong. When you strong, I'm weak.
I mean, you know, Oh, this goes so deep because there's so many points. Oh God. Hold on, let me read the chat real quick. Everybody, please like, share, and subscribe too. But no, no, you know what it really is though, Stu. I think men, you know, love hooking up with BBWs. I think they're very fun. But I think, long term, it just becomes a problem for most men. I don't think that men really truly have anything against BBWs. Like, we not, I don't, I not, me personally, I've never really heard a group of men saying, don't deal with BBWs. Never. I've, we just always implemented the fact that for long term, it's just not healthy for us, relationship wise, financially
No,
wise.
I see men's head turn a lot when that lady. I can agree, but to a certain extent, because in that case, if y'all really felt like that, these women won't be killing themselves to get big titties and big butts. And come on, they're paying to get bigger,
No, but sugar, you got to realize they're doing it just to have fun. They
but
doing it to
they're
be
still paying. But
strippers.
they're still paying. But I'm saying because men like to see the bigness.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
because you're
that's
fun.
right.
That's it.
So again, you're paying for it, so they know that skinny shit is not what they want.
No, 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 no,
Nobody
no.
don't want
Hold
no
on, sugar. Hold
nobody
on.
don't want no pancake.
No, no, no. Hold on, sugar. Hold on. For if look, if we're talking about marriage, most guys will probably want their wife from a dress size, I would say 3 to a 7, easily.
I wish
Most men,
God hell I would
I
be a
would say so. Most men.
no.
No, we talking about for wife. For
For
wife.
a wife, don't believe the hype. You're a size 3 to size 7. That wind blow your asses out. No.
But I know if anything happened at any time,
I
I
think
can
a
pick her up and
9, 10,
run.
I think a 9, 10. Not if I flew away first. But I think a 9, 10 is good. Cause you're not big, you're not small, you got the boobs and you got the butt, and then you got a clap back.
Hmm. Okay.
You got a clap back. And from the back, he hit it from the back, your shit clapping. Let's go. So 9, 10 is good. What the hell you gonna do with a size 3? Pick up and pick her ass over there and say, no,
We
miss,
gonna have a lot of fun.
you ain't having no fun with that.
A size 3?
She said crack kills. No, you ain't having no fun with no damn size 3. In that case, go get a pencil. Go date a pencil. Go get a pencil. Go to the store, buy some pencils. Tell me how what
That's some. It's some little. It's some little. Thick threes and fours.
and while she's being no, they not thick. They ain't got no ass. They got nothing. They a man wants something that he could palm that's bigger than the palm of his hand. I'm trying to tell you, I be with men. I know what they say to. I know what men say when they together, but I'm telling you what men say when they're around women. That's different. See, they tell y'all all y'all men sit together and y'all have your own conversation. But when they with that woman or they with that BBW, they tell them something totally different.
Oh no, no, no! Because look, that's what I was just describing this too. If we if we thinking about, because we made this a hookup culture now, so everything's pretty much hook up. It's not really marriage anymore. So if we just talk about hooking up and dealing with each other, oh yeah, most men are going to go for fun. But if we just talking about getting serious and what's your ideal wife, what she look like, what's her age, that I'm telling you, the sizes of the dress will easily be from 3 to 7, easily.
And not for no black woman. No black woman don't want to be no size 3. I'm sorry. No black woman want to be a size 4. We're
That
not.
was that was the average though in the 70s.
No, it was not. I
Yes,
was
that
I
was.
was born in the 70s. No, it
It
was
wasn't
not.
a bunch of fat women in the 70s.
Yes, big
What?
was plenty of big. I was there. I was physically there.
It was not, sugar. That's a
It
lie.
was so
That's
what I saw.
cat. We
So
can
what?
look it up right now. No,
No,
that's
I don't
not.
have to look it up. What I saw, my eyes was crazy.
I talk to older women.
I
All this
was.
obesity is new. This is
I'm not
new.
talking about obesity. That's a whole different subject. I'm speaking upon a size 3 and 4.
It wasn't a bunch of threes and fours in the 70s.
Hell to the no.
That's a
Remember,
lie. What
it
in the
was
world?
it was not. It was not a bunch of size 3 and 4s. Even when they starved us in slavery, we wasn't still a 3 or 4.
We were three. You know, we look. You know, we was
Even
that.
during slavery, we still had a body.
Hold on. Do you ever looked at hold on. Miss Rod gonna agree. Hold on. Miss Rod, you ever looked at the pictures on the on the hieroglyphics? You seen the pictures and the stories? Most of those women was a size 4 easily.
That's the pictures, but the
That
norm was not no 3 or 4. I'm sorry.
that was the norm.
No, it
What?
was not.
So,
It was not. No, it was not. I know what I saw. I know my aunts. I know my uncle. I know that transformed from the people from the 60s because they was in the 70s. I'm in the early 70s.
hold on, Miss Rod, can you do something? Can you look up the
I don't
average?
gotta look it up. I outlived it.
I know I'm
You
trying
look
to
it
tell you
up.
because I remember women back in the day. They wasn't this big. Most the
No,
average
but you're
woman,
speaking upon obesity, and I'm speaking upon size 3 and 4. That was not the average. That was not the average.
it wasn't a lot
Matter
of
of
big
fact,
women in the
matter of fact, we
70s.
we
That's
gonna
true.
do a panel on that.
That was look. That was grand. Look. Just how watch this. Just how Miss Rod just said, "Big Mama." That was the big mamas. We talking about
Listen,
the average woman walking down the street. She
I
was
know what
not big.
I know what I lived through, but
She was not big.
I would say we're gonna do a panel on that. Certain things we have to have a
Yeah,
panel.
yeah. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
We gotta think of because we don't want to give away all our content.
Yeah. We got a good one coming for y'all.
And then, like I said, don't forget to click onto my co-host. He is the king of the. I'm waiting for him to put King Alien Boy. He got to put that crown. He got that crown. Got to go there, King.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put that there for you. I got you.
Because every man that walk up in here is a king. Which part is a lie, Stu of Arts? Me or him? Me or him? Which one is a lie, Stu of Art? Me or him? Because basically, back then in them days, it wasn't even really about weight. It was more of who was lighter and who was darker. That was the main argument.
Yeah.
They didn't care what side you was. If you was light skinned, you was in. If you was dark skinned, you was ridiculed.
I think. Matter of fact, come to think about it, hold on. Come to think about it, Florida Evans and Aretha, and she ain't even get fat until like later on into her career. But Aretha in Florida was probably the only thick woman of the 70s. Think about it.
No, we had the lady from Nell Carter from Give Me the Break, giving me a break and stuff like that. And Wheezy wasn't all that skinny. Stop it.
Wheezy.
From Jefferson's. Stop it.
Well, those are all big mamas. Even the woman from Neil Carter, but she's a big mama,
Yeah, but you
technically.
said that you only named two. I'm telling you, it was more than that.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
are you speaking of 3%? Listen, we're gonna school
Yeah.
come back. We're gonna make this because I know what I lived, so I know what people look like. I ain't gotta look at no pictures or nothing. I mean, I gotta look at pictures and stuff. Because even when I was that age, I was never a 3 or 4. And I remember in school, them skinny girls wasn't getting it. You had to be. They love thick. Even in the songs, they put the word thick in the songs for a reason. Back in the days, they don't put she was skinny girl. Everything is thick. I want a thick bone, meaty bone. You wanted them dogs wanted some meat on their bones, and them dogs. And I ain't calling you a dog. Them dogs still want some meat on their bones. If you want to eat, they sit up there. They take the bones. What they do with they trophy women, they do the same thing. They hide their ass. They hide their ass. Like get your bony ass. You
Oh
come
yeah,
out.
the trophy woman. Yeah, they do hide them. That's a fact.
Oh my God! But I have to end this live. Thank you, co-host. Technically,
Yes.
technically, this was your show for today, and you did an exquisite job. I thank you because my phone just keep ringing.
Thank y'all so much, everybody.
This is why we need the co-host because sometimes For some reason, nobody calls me, but now I be on live. Everybody want to call me during my live. So now I got to call everybody back. So I'm going to check out the fuckery on Tony T later. Then we got a story time for tonight. So hopefully you guys appreciate it. I am so glad that we are on Sugar Love. This is my baby. This is my first channel. I'm still glad that I have it. I am so thankful. And I'm also so thankful for all you guys being here, showing me love. So I should see you guys later. That size is the size of a teenager. You hear this? What I'm saying? All right, call you guys back. I mean,
All
call you.
right.